Future, people will be watching the start of this stream back and going, that's how it all started when Manchester United won their first trophy in 6 years, because that's what we're looking to get to do today against Newcastle United at Wembley. Manchester United against Newcastle. Team news is going to come in, but before that, we're sponsored by Sneak. We're going to need it. It could be a long one. We could have extra time. We could have penalties. It could go late. Let's wait and see. But sponsored by Sneak. Please use the code SneakBridge. Links in the video description. Scan the QR code there as well. Get your starter pack where you get one of these and nine different sachets to try. Fantastic flavours there. I'm on the cherry bomb because it's red today. And we're looking at Wembley Way there on the TV screen. And Manchester United with a massive opportunity to get a bit of trophy wear. To get a bit of trophies. To get a trophy. And the only cup we want Newcastle going home with tonight is one of those big, massive Sports Direct cups they used to be sponsored by. That's the only big cup we want them holding. We want United holding this trophy tonight. That's what we want. Let's see if we can get the team news up for you. I don't know whether they'll have it through the stats yet. No, they don't. No surprises there, to be honest with you. But we'll pause that on there for the moment. Okay, I will give you the team news because I think we all know what the team news is anyway, because it has been in for quite a while for both teams. Manchester United lining up with David De Gea in goal. Oh God, I haven't got the team news. And they haven't got the team news either. Oh, I know the bloody team. I just want to make sure I've got it right. Man United. No shocks, anyway. I think there was a little bit of a concern that maybe we would see a Harry Maguire starting or a Scott McTominay or a bit of rotation. I mean, I thought he might go with Sabitzer. I thought he might go with Wan-Bissaka at right back. He hasn't. He's gone with De Gea, Dalot, Luke Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony, Weghorst and Rashford, which means, of course, we will see Bruno Fernandes playing as a number 10. I think there was some sort of some feeling that maybe we were going to start to see Bruno Fernandes playing as a winger more often now, but that's obviously not going to be the case. He'll be playing at number 10 today. Ollie is really a snake if he's with the Glazers, says HKN, and Newcastle must be humbled today. Annihilation at Wembley this afternoon, 5-0, says Aaron. Look, I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what is going on today. I've heard stories that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be sat with the Glazers. If Ollie's sat with the Glazers, I'm sorry, I don't know who's advising him. I don't know. Is this just a PR stunt from the Glazers to try and stay in power? I mean, what do they expect people to do after 17 years? Oh, he's sat with Solskjaer and Wayne Rooney likes them. Forget about the last 17 years. I just hope that's not going to happen, because I'm struggling with what Rooney said, and I'd really struggle with Solskjaer sat next to them. But so let's see what happens. But look. Never meet your heroes. Genius in their feet, sawdust in their head. If he's done something stupid like that, then he's going to have to reap the whirlwind of it, isn't he? But look, we're here to focus on Manchester United's game against Newcastle United, and I can't wait for it to kick off. It's a bit like Barcelona the other night, isn't it? You just want to get to kick off and get going because it's Wembley. We're watching a game at Wembley. It's the first game at Wembley this season where you can win a domestic trophy. It's the Carabao Cup. You've got to take it seriously. Look, Pep Guardiola used to love winning this. Last year it was Chelsea against Liverpool. You can't disrespect something that we haven't won. We haven't won anything for 6 years. We've got to go out there and win today. There is a pressure. I believe we're going to win. I'm sure many of you do as well, but let's be honest, Newcastle have been a very good team this season. They're very difficult to beat. They have had 8 days off, and I think they'll be up for it. I really do. But I agree with the team. I agree. I think one of the first things I wanted to talk about. So let me just run through the team for you again. De Gea in goal, Dalot's right back, Luke Shaw's left back, Varane, Martinez, Casemiro, Fred, and Bruno, and then Anthony on the right, Rashford on the left, Weghorst through the middle. I said in the preview I think Weghorst is going to have a big game. I think it suits Weghorst against the deep low block. His physicality could be really important. But I also think that the low Wan-Bissaka might be quite divisive. I agree with it. I absolutely agree with it. I think that Newcastle are a defensive side, so why play a defensive right back? Play a right back that wants to get forward, and he does. He wants to get forward. Come on, Man United. I think Newcastle will cause some problem to us, but come on, United, and Garnacho should have started today, and Weghorst on the bench as Ryan. Currently stuck on the M40 with a blown tyre on way to Wembley 40. United fans on coach won't make it to the game, says Jord. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jord, I feel for you. And I mean, let's shout them out. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's always going to happen, but you don't want it to happen. There's so many buses, there's so many trains, there's so many people driving. You know you're going to get a story like that. But I hope that, well, look, there's still time. I hope you've got an hour. I hope you can make it, at least for part of it. At the end of the day, let's play for Jordan and everyone else on that bus that they do make it, because that's not a good story, isn't it? Thoughts on you with you, George? Says Adam. Lovely to see the sport in there. And yeah, the Newcastle side. I was just going to bring you the Newcastle side. So let me just get that floating around there. Will the Newcastle team come through? No, right. Okay, we just got no team news coming through. I think it's because it's the Carabao Cup. They're quite slow at giving us the details. Right. Let's have a look here. Eddie Howe's talking to Roy Keane and Gary Neville and Les Ferdinand and David Ginola. I think I'm a little bit nervous here. I'm normally very chill. I'm normally very organised, but let's have a look at the Newcastle lineup. So Karius in goal, Trippier, Shaw, Botman, Byrne, Gomes, Longstaff, Linton, Callum Wilson, St Maximin and Almiron, which means that team that got leaked by Newcastle was wrong, because they had Isaac playing in that. Callum Wilson is playing, so the leaked Newcastle team from earlier on, whether that was mischievous or not, it just shows you how a leaked team can go out there and not be correct. So it's not the team that was leaked this morning, because Callum Wilson is playing and that had Isaac in it. I mean, look, that Newcastle side's good. It is good. You know, whether they've not been winning many games recently, they haven't been losing, they've been drawing. That's a good Newcastle side. Trippier, Shaw, Botman, Byrne, Gomes, Longstaff, Linton, Joel Linton, Almiron, St Maximin, Callum Wilson. I mean, they can cause us problems today. They can cause us problems. But we've got to go out there and do our thing. The Glazers are going to be there as well. Interesting. Avram Glazer will be at the game. Look, nobody speaks for Manchester United fans. Nobody speaks for Manchester United fans. We speak for ourselves. We have our own opinions. But I'm telling you now, Phil Jones was part of the bloody hell. He was part of the punditry. If Avram Glazer thinks he can just walk down onto the screen when we will lift the trophy and everyone's going to start cheering him, he's a bloody idiot. Shane, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Do you think Maguire will lift the trophy if we win? Yes, I do, Marcus. And walking to meet up with the friends at the local Man United bar here in Philadelphia. I'm absolutely buzzing, says Ben. Well, let's hope everyone's celebrating. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm still going to stick to 2-0. I think Man United will win it 2-0. I think that Newcastle will look to play on the break. I think defensively we're really good. I think Varane, Martinez and Casemiro are the triangle that really make the difference. But I think you do have to respect what Newcastle are all about. And I think that, that's what makes it so exciting. I think it will be a really intriguing game. I think if they were to score first, it would be interesting. Karius, look, I want to just spend a minute on this because I've not really spoken about it and I've heard loads of people talk about it. What do you think about the goalkeeping situation for Newcastle? And I think these things tend to get overblown. When there's a weakness in a team or someone's missing, people think that, it's going to be a major weakness. And I don't actually think it is. I think that Man United just need to play the game they're playing. If he comes for a cross and he fumbles it, he fumbles it. If he goes for a shot and he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. But we can't be thinking about shooting from 40 yards and stuff like that. We just got to play our game. And if he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. But we've just got to play our game. I don't think we can purposely target their goalkeeper. Glad Rashford's playing, says Joshua Bowater. Yes. I mean, look, I never even mentioned it because I always thought it was going to happen. United 2-1. Let's do it. Hope the fans rock Wembley. Give it a clear and loud. Glazers out. I'd be amazed if they don't play the low blocks, says SK. Do you think Maguire have done that one as well? Welcome to Members Club, Shane, as well. Lots of people tuning in already, 28,000. Apparently, Maguire will co-lift with Bruno. I don't think we need to talk about that, Jacob. I mean, I know I mentioned it on the morning show, but right here, right now, I don't care if Phil Jones lifts the trophy. Like, it really doesn't matter. What matters is to lift the trophy. And Newcastle fans saw him in Trafalgar Square last night, down early for the final. That club has always had massive support. It's an amazing football club in the way that it's just got such a huge support that they'll be absolutely up to the 90s on with excitement, and they're gonna want it. I think the atmosphere is going to be fantastic. They're going to want it. And look, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, everyone's Newcastle today." Well, exactly. We need to use that as an inspiration for ourselves. Happy birthday to Ollie, says Harry King. Let's go United. Today's game is massive for our rebuild. Not sure if it's been said, but there's an error message in the red top left. Okay, thank you, James. And can't wait, Mark. I'm watching here in Adelaide. It's currently just after 2 a.m. Thank you very much for that. Let me just load that up. Get that back up. Yeah, well, wherever you're watching, we're in for a big game. Carmine, thank you very much. Venki, welcome to the Members Club. And I would want to test Karius, though. He's not played a professional game in 2 years. Have to absolutely test him. I disagree, Kay. I disagree, right. And the reason I disagree with you is this. If you're playing this game and you want to test Karius, that means Marcus Rashford or Bruno Fernandes get the ball 30 yards out. There's a good overlap from Luke Shaw who can put a cross in. You ignore it to test the goalkeeper. You're changing your game plan. The natural play is to give it to Luke Shaw because he's made the overlap, but you shoot from 30 yards to test the goalkeeper. I don't agree with it. If I was the manager, I'd be like, don't start shooting from stupid angles because you want to test the goalkeeper. I would be, no, don't. Just play your natural game. You'll test him. Test him from 10 yards. Test him from, good build-up play. Don't start testing him because you want to start shooting from 30 yards out. So no, I wouldn't do that. Thanks. But look, that doesn't mean you're not right, and that doesn't mean that we won't not do it. I will be a little bit like a jack in a box today. I can't lie. It's probably going to be. I'm going to be moving up and down like a yo-yo, if I'm honest, because I'm excited, as I'm sure you all are. Qatar need to offer $6 billion. Please no more Glazer ownership for pity's sake. Well, they are there. They are going to be at the ground today, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of Glazer songs anyway, and they need to be reminded of that. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Sneak, sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks. I'm on the cherry bomb today. Energy, delivered to your door, sugar-free, low-calorie. Get your starter pack where you get one of these containers, 9 different sachets to try, some fantastic flavours. I'm on the cherry bomb. We've got purple storm, blue raspberry, electric mango, origins, sour apple. There's loads of flavours. Please use the code SNEAKBRIDGE, scan the QR code, or go through the link in the description. Next day delivery in the UK, but also do ship worldwide. They do 40 serving tubs. They do fizzy drinks as well. Loads to get involved. Big shout out to Sneak. Sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks. Thank you to Sneak there. And I'm going to be on that a lot today because we're going to have to pump it up. This could go to extra time. This could go to penalties. And it could, any cup final can go to extra time, can't it? And that's all. You're always gonna discuss that. But actually, when you look at Newcastle's performances in recent games, lots of draws. So I think that's a big reason why people are talking about this game. This game could go to extra time. I don't know what's going on with the kits, but that is the United lineup. We've got an invisible midfield at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure quite what's going on there, but it is there. Let's have a look what it's done for the Newcastle team. Yeah, theirs seems to be absolutely fine. It's just ours that's a bit all over the place. But we'll get the stats carousel rumbling around. Remember, that's sponsored by OneFootball. You can download that for free. Get all your latest breaking football news and transfer news on the OneFootball app. Thank you very much to them. But how are we all feeling? Make a legend of the chat, Sweater, says Sam May. Thank you very much, Sam. We could be witnessing the first steps in an iconic United era, says Lee. Not if the Glazers stay, Lee. I don't want to be negative, but this is not the start of anything special if the Glazers are staying. We won't be able to keep up. even with Ten Hag. And sure to score at Wembley again, says Maxwell. Hello, Mark and everyone. Let's get United, says Barmer. Thank you very much, Barmer, who is a legend of the chat. If you know, you know. Thank you very much. You've got to pump it up. You've got to pump it up. And they're going to overrun our midfield, says Moses. Teal, welcome to the Members Club. And Nervous, says Tian. And Lord Carius gets in. Phil Jones is covering the game. And don't want to hear the word penalties, says Joshua Bowwater. I hope it's not invisible for the game. We're back now. We've got it's not invisible anymore. You're looking smashing today. Do you want De Gea if it goes to penalties? Says Per Eric Klassen. Look, I thought De Gea nearly saved that penalty anyway. I think he slipped a little bit. I think he nearly saved that penalty for against Barcelona. So, Shea, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. What's your thoughts on the team? That's what I wanted to establish. What are you thinking about the team? Let me pop it up on the screen. There's the sneak thing. But let's just pop the United side on the team for a little bit and just pause it. What are your thoughts about that United side? Because I actually don't have a problem with it. I think it's... let me just get myself back. I think it's right. I mean, the one thing I might have done was Sabitzer, but obviously Sabitzer's a fill-in player. He's not a player that Ten Hag wants to start at the moment. I thought when we got Sabitzer, one of two things would happen. He's either a starter like Anthony and Eriksson, who goes straight in the team, or he's just a fill-in player, and he's clearly a fill-in player. He's not a starter. So his midfield is Fred and Casemiro. Got myself a little bit of a brownie here, look. So yeah, apart from that, I agree with Delo because he's more attacking, and they're going to play a low block. So I agree with Delo. Obviously, I agree with the rest of the back four and De Gea. Casemiro, we've spoken about Fred. Bruno, this is the next bit. You could construct a I'm choking on a brownie. They are nice though. I do like chocolate brownies. I don't think I could ever give them up. Can you shout out my wife Vanny, says Siva. There you go. I suppose the next bit of controversy is probably how he's constructed the front four, because there are a lot of options, and I don't know what your thoughts are about it. But you could quite easily have welcome to the Members Club, Shea and Big Saf. And Raz says Fred did well in the second half against Barca and deserves to play. Yeah, I don't think anybody can argue with that. The front four, there's lots of things he could do. He could have played Rashford down the middle. He could have played Sancho off the left. He could have played Weghorst at 10 and put Bruno on the right. And there's loads of things he could have done. So it's not a foregone conclusion that's the best front four to play. But that's the front four I would play. I like Rashford off the left. I like Anthony off the right. We've got no one else to play up front other than Weghorst, and I like Bruno at 10. I've got a funny feeling that this game might suit Weghorst, and therefore I think I said it in the preview. 45 minutes, it's worth a try. I don't think it's going to do us any harm to do that. Treble champ, I'm blocking you, mate. Sorry, not being spoken to like that. I'm looking for a disciplined, controlled Andrew. Sorry, Andrew, I've missed your super chat there. I'm looking for a disciplined, controlled performance in order to frustrate Newcastle. We have the players to hurt them when the chances come. Thank you, Andrew. Very strong team from both sides. Will be an amazing game. Don't really want to see Maguire lifting the trophy, rather Bruno lift it. But come on, says Jacob. Jacob, I think we've got more than enough to concern ourselves with. Like, Harry Maguire is the club captain, isn't he? And Jim, welcome to the Members Club. Harry Maguire's the club captain. As long as he holds it up with Bruno, I haven't got a problem. Avram Glazer's going to be there, and somebody said Solskjaer sat with him. If you want something to get outraged by, that's it. Avram Glazer, who hardly goes to any United games, never does any interviews, and has ran this club into the ground, turning up for a bit of bloody silverware, that's a bloody disgrace. And if Solskjaer sits next to him, that's a disgrace. Leave Maguire out of it. Hi Mark, in 5 years' time when we look back at United's seasons, what would be considered a success for the Ten Hag era? In 5 years' time, depends who the owner is, mate. Can't tell you anything about success until we've got the owners. If it's 5 years of the Glazers, he'll do well to win the Carabao Cup again. Junior says, big shout out to my son Mason. His last cup final, he was 6 years old. He's buzzing, says Junior. Big shout out there. Do you think we will finally see the Casa-Sabitzer duo today at half time? I don't know, Broken. Are you worried about St Maximum against Delo? Wan-Bissaka would be better 1v1. Robble, I sort of agree what you're on about. If you want to keep St Maximum quiet, use Wan-Bissaka. If you want to push St Maximum back and exploit his defensive weaknesses, use Delo. We want to attack. I think Delo's the right choice because we want to attack. Wan-Bissaka's a defensive right back, and Delo's more offensive. Hi Mark, who's scoring first today? My prediction is 3-2. Rashi being the first one and Bruno winning man of the match. I love that, Arad. Mark, during a corner kick, do you think Fred should kiss Dan so that it will allow Weghorst to score? I don't know what we're talking about there. Sapatashi, just one thing, Sabitzer switching play is good, but he might be thinking of using Fred to stop the counter with against Bruno Gomes, says Sapatashi. Anthony, definitely the choice versus Newcastle. We can always switch up second half if needed. I'd like to start fast. Sancho later and Sabitzer if needed. Creativity, says SK. Kunwar, welcome to the Members Club. I'm happy with the team. There it is on the screen. I'm happy with the team. Would I have changed anything? Avram's just arrived at Wembley, free scarf. I wouldn't have changed anything about that team, really. I'd like to have seen Sabitzer in the midfield, but I completely get why Fred's playing. And also, remember, Fred played really well against Barcelona, so why should he miss the final? The only reason I thought he might change it was just to freshen it up, and he's not freshened it up at all, has he? You know, that's basically the team that played on Thursday night. So there is no rotation, there is no freshening up. What kind of Fred are we going to get for this, says Kale. And after seeing what Felix has done for Chelsea so far, are you glad we didn't get him or think that Ten Hag would have got the best out of him? I watched Chelsea play today, Luke. I don't think there's anything wrong with João Felix. I think he's playing against the back five with a striker like a bag of cement. I would love João Felix to have come to Manchester United. But thank you very much for the super chat. Matthew Paul says, Mark, grab a pen and jot this down. Man United 2 up before the 30th minute. My gut is saying Man United will blow Newcastle away. Have a great game, pal. I hope you're right, Matthew. I have gone 2-0, but I don't know about after 30 minutes. And Thompson says, I'm watching from Iceland. I love the team at the moment. Thank you for all your hard work. Hope you enjoy the day. And you too, sir. And Michael's been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Michael. And welcome to Members Club, Lilo. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 to Manchester United. But I think Newcastle will make it difficult for us. But also, look, it's not our job to analyse Newcastle. We're Manchester United, and we analyse Manchester United. I don't think we're going to play in this game and bottle it. You look at the Europa League a few years ago under Solskjaer, we bottled it. But we didn't have Rafael Varane. We didn't have Casemiro. We didn't have Martinez. And those three players are winners. Like, Martinez has just won the World Cup, but he's also won the league titles with Ajax. Varane and Casemiro have got, have won the Champions League more times than we've had hot dinners. This is the difference with this team. For Newcastle, there may be a weakness there that they don't know how to win anything. As a club and as a squad, they don't know how to win anything. They've got no winners in that team at all. I'm sure people will say in the chat, well, they have got players that have won trophies. But, I don't think Kieran Trippier's a born winner, is he? He might have won something in his career with Madrid. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they might have won the league, actually. But, yeah, it's not the same. We've got the better squad, we've got the better players, and we've got the better winning mentality. And we've got the better manager. We are the favourites. Let's go and win it. But Newcastle could do something. Jacob says, I didn't know about the Glazers sitting there. Absolute disgrace. Can't wait to see us lifting the trophy. Defence will be vital, says Jacob. Would you sacrifice this for the league title, says Million. I don't think we're in the league race. I think you've got to go to Anfield next week and win, and then you start to talk about whether we're in the league race. You take what's next in front of you. If you and it's the same in life as well. If there's an opportunity in front of you and you like it, don't pass it up because you might find something better. Because often you'll realise you should have took that. This is a great opportunity for this team. The next game is the most important game. Let's win it. I was thinking about the game on Wednesday night against West Ham. To be honest, that is low-hanging fruits. I don't really care. We beat Barcelona, that was a priority. We win today, that's a priority. We win at Anfield next Sunday, it's a priority. But I'll guarantee you, if we win tonight, I will want to win against West Ham because I'll be thinking, I liked that. I liked that Wembley Cup final win. I liked the feel of it. I want to win the FA Cup as well. And that's what the players are on the verge of here. This game has sort of crept up on itself so quickly, hasn't it? You know, Newcastle have been buzzing about this all week. We haven't. We've had that Barcelona game. So I'm absolutely ready for this. Absolutely focused on this. Absolutely can't wait for this because I like the way it's, you know, we've barely got over the Barcelona game when we're playing at Wembley. This is at bloody Wembley. You know, I'm looking at my TV, it's Wembley. You know, it's massive. It's a cup final, there's a trophy. You win this and these players, they've got a winner's medal. A winner's medal. Marvin's talking about momentum. I'm talking about winners as well. You win a trophy and you know, you wake up in the morning and you know you've won a trophy. There's no if, buts or maybes, potential or consistency. You've actually delivered a trophy. So, yeah, what are those trainers that Phil Jones is wearing? If anyone's got it on, I like those trainers, but I don't know who makes them. And if he can wear them and look good, imagine what I'd look like. Can you shout out... Oh, sorry, I'll have to catch up here. Watching ESPN pre-game, Rashford looking good in the warm-up, says Todd. Not so average, welcome to the Members Club. Can you shout out my dad, Mohammed? Says Demon. And hi, Mark. Watching from South Africa, I predicted 2-1. Great show, always on the point. Come on, United, says Andrew. Great one, Andrew. Thank you very much. Still a great channel after all these years, even if there are a few guys, few greys on top, says Tom. Hey, ain't it a shame we've all got to get old. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe. Actually, I should have said this right at the start of the video. We've got a bit of a landmark that we could hit today. We're currently on... that's not accurate in the top right-hand corner. We're currently on... he says, come on. I want to read Ten Hag's quotes as well. We're currently on 598,800. So we're only 1,200 subscribers away from 600,000, 1.6 million. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash that button and share the video. Let's see if we can hit that today on the cup final as well. It would be great to do that. Hi, Mark. Coming off that win against Barcelona and Newcastle, coming off that loss, do you think we are in a better headspace? It's a cup final, Nelson. I don't think league form comes into it. I remember my first sort of introduction to this as a young man, as a young kid, actually. Liverpool beat Crystal Palace Liverpool beat Wimbledon in 1988. This is how young I was. They beat Wimbledon 9-0, I think, in the league. And then they lost 1-0 in the FA Cup final in the space of a few weeks. So, yeah, I don't think league form or previous results come into it. It's all about this game. And look, we don't want to talk about it, but refereeing decisions, I mean, red cards, offsides, handballs, all these things could come into it. We don't want that to happen. Premier League didn't do anything first time, but leverage buyout was stopped for Chelsea investment is like second leverage buyout of us. Can't Premier League stop it, says Sarvash. Good morning, Mark. Good morning to the community. Come on, United. I hope you're all well. We haven't had many good moments recently. Let's enjoy it, says Butterpants. Here. Just turned midnight over here, so it's officially my birthday. Only gift I want today is a big win, says Big Safa. Happy birthday, mate, and let's do it. Mark, you went from Million Hawk. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay. Hi, Mark. I've done that one as well. Thank you very much. And I'm the real... No, okay. Just saw Avram. He snuck in a bag of crisps. He couldn't be bothered to pay at the stadium. Typical Glazer, says Nicholas Robles. Right, there was something I wanted to check. I wanted to check what Ten Hag has been saying. There has been a few quotes coming out from him. There's been loads of quotes from loads of players, actually, over the last few days. But... let's just get into what Ten Hag has said pre-game. Bruno Fernandes has said it's a cup final. We have to give everything we have. We have enough subs to bring some fresh legs into the team and enough quality from the subs. So it's about winning the game and doing the best we can. Phil Jones says that everyone's been given a value at the club. Ten Hag, everyone wants to show it that this team can win trophies. We have a plan, see how it works, but we can adapt. We can put players in different positions. A final is always special and you have to enjoy the final. So there you go. That's from the manager. I mean, there's not, you know what, actually, there's not a lot of words you can say at this point, is it? You've got to go out there and deliver in a final. it is what it is. Interesting quote from Marcus Rashford as well about that when he got dropped for the Wolves game because he was late for a meeting. He says, if I was the coach, I'd have done the same. If you don't have standards in the training ground, how do you expect to go out on the pitch and win consistently? It's impossible, which is, good acknowledgement there from Marcus Rashford, of course. 2-0 seems to be what's going on. Apparently, staff at Wembley are taking Glazers out flags off fans. I mean, when did football become this? When did this country become this? And I know this country might not be your country because we've got a global fan base, but what is wrong with a Glazers out flag? Like it's not offensive. It happens at Old Trafford. Wembley's not Old Trafford. What right has Wembley got to stop Man United fans having Glazers out flags? And what damage does it do to Wembley? It's not Old Trafford. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's suppression of democracy. If a Man United fan, after 17 years of the club being run into the ground, wants to say, I want a new owner, how are you being silenced? Like Andrew says, it's cancel culture. It's just not right. It's just not right, is it? It's not right. Look, certain things shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't, of course, if it's abusive or there's many other things you don't want, out there. But we want a change of owners. Chinatown, thank you very much for your super chat there. It's suppression. It's suppression of fan opinion. That's what it is. What's next? We won't be allowed to speak about Glazers out. What's wrong with saying Glazers out? There's a lot worse you could say. I mean, basically, they're bad owners. Weird. But look, they can't stop fans from singing, and I'm sure they will. Chippy's a Pratt says, Junior, can you give him a shout out? Thank you, mate. And can you do some keep ups? I'm not doing a keep up challenge. Imagine if I said I've got to get 50 keep ups live on air, and if I don't, we're losing. No, I'm not doing that. 2-0's the score that's most people are going with. I don't want to put that in yet. I've not finished my cup of tea. Can you shout out my self? I'm not, mate. I know exactly what you're doing. You can keep doing it. I'm not reading them out. Sky have signed Phil Jones on a 5-year deal. What's going on? Have they really? I don't. I mean, Sky is just fell off. Have you seen some of the people they get on? I'm not talking about Phil Jones. I mean, I don't know what Sky are doing. Like, what has happened to Sky Sports? I just don't get it. I really don't. I think it's ridiculous. I put Sky News on, and they don't even get, with all due respect, they don't even get the good United fans on. Like, they get, and it's not just United. It's Chelsea. It's crap. It's absolutely crap. They need. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't really want to get into it. As I said on That's Football, I wouldn't get Phil Jones on because the last time he played, we probably had the pass-back rule. And if you wanted expert analysis, you'd sign him up for 24 hours on A&E. Anyway, enough of the jokes. If we win, will you do some keepy-ups, says Butterpants? I'll be doing more than that. He's definitely gone from Manchester United. Like, his contract's up in the summer, so there's no way he's getting a new contract at Man United. Are you stressed, Mark? I'm a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm stressed. I'm aware what can happen. Look, I'm old enough to have seen United win many cup finals. I'm old enough to have seen, I think one of the worst cup finals I ever saw at Wembley was the game against Arsenal. Must have been around cup final against Arsenal that we lost 2006 or 7, I think it was. I might be completely wrong with that. We absolutely battered them, and then we lost on penalties, and we battered them in normal time. I couldn't believe we didn't score, and then I think they beat us on penalties. So yeah, look, cup finals are odd things. You can be the favourite and not win, and I suppose there's that little. Newcastle aren't a bad side either. Colin says, but I still think we'll win. Shocking that the banners are taken off the fans in a democracy. They won't need them as long as the fans there shout it loud and clear for them to hear. Come on United, says Colin. Welcome to Members Club Mineral. Hi Mark, really excited about today. First time I've been excited for a final in years, says Brandon. First time we've been in a bloody final for years, let's be honest. It was 2005. Thank you very much, Michael JW. And hi Mark, I have supported the club for the past decade plus, and this is the most excited I've been for a final. Love the channel. I've watched non-stop since last January. Keep up the great work, says Lucas. Thank you very much, Lucas. I really appreciate your support. I'm just trying to get a few things sorted here so that I'm ready. Get rid of that tea. It's gone cold. Have a bit of sneak. Guess who are the only two players for us who played in the Carabao Cup final in 2017, says Spencer. Rashford. Definitely Rashford. And for some reason I think Luke Shaw, but he may well have been injured for that final. In fact, I imagine Luke Shaw would have been injured for that final. So it must be De Gea. I don't think De Gea played in that final either. Tell me, I'm interested. We've waited a couple of years for these good times. The Glazers better not ruin it for us, as Chance. It was De Gea. De Gea did fine playing the final. Okay. We appreciate you, Lucas. You started to put in the club in a rough spot and stayed on. We love you, Lucas, says Butcher Pants there. And why is Phil Jones on Sky? Brandon, Sky fell off, basically. I like this point from Christine C, though. I heard this yesterday. I think it's so... I'm going to call it thick. It's thick analysis, and it's offensive to Eric Ten Hag. I heard someone say it yesterday, and someone just mentioned it there. This is the sort of standard of mainstream media punditry at times, where they talk about United's problem being solved by removing Ronaldo. Absolute crap. Absolute nonsense. I've never heard so much shit in all my life. We are not where we are because Ronaldo left. We're not. It's just simply not the case. It's not that simple. We're not playing well because Ronaldo's not here. Ronaldo was a problem that needed to be removed, but that wasn't the catalyst for us to go on and do what we've done. The catalyst has been Eric Ten Hag and what he's built at that football club from day one. The 5 players he brought in, the principles and standards he's brought in, the fear factor, the lack of leaks. I mean, it's not just Ronaldo leaving. It's such basic analysis. It pisses me off because, you know, that's like saying that, you know, Chelsea will be a good team again if they sell Havertz. It's not that simple. And he is a big problem in their team, but it's not that simple. There's so much more. It's disrespectful to the rest of the team. It's disrespectful to the players. It's disrespectful to every other opposition we play. We're so good because of Eric Ten Hag and the amount of things he's brought in. And removing Ronaldo may be one of those factors, but I'd say it was 10% of the problem at most. Mark United fans getting their Glazers out flags is a disgrace as King Designer. And I've supported Lucas. Thank you very much. We've done that as well. Okay. We've only got 20 minutes to go until the start of this game. I don't know where the last 40 minutes has gone, but I tell you what, we're having a party. Whoop, 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 whoop. Come on, get a bit of dance. Come on, let's get those back up. Forget Joe Wicks. Oh, I've just bit my mouth. I've got too excited. Now I'm going to get an ulcer. Forget Joe Wicks. It's Goldbridge. Let's have a warm up together. Touch your toes. Come on, touch your toes. Don't do it in the shower in certain organisations though. Vignesh, welcome to. Oh, thank you very much for your super chat there, Vignesh. And Vignesh is also happy. I'm pumped for this final. Let's get the first trophy under Ten Hag. Hopefully many more to come. Thanks, Vignesh. And Daniel says, Mark, good morning from San Francisco. Dan off the channel. So excited for the game. Can't wait for us to finally win a trophy. By the way, my friend Amir is a prat. That's from Daniel there. How much do you think the owners like the Glazers give to pundits to butter their pockets? Only explanation, says Lee R. And Mark, you're doing the Jake Paul, Tommy Fury watch along. No. I just don't trust it, Kevin. I just don't know whether it's real. If it's real, Jake Paul will lose. If it's not real, he'll get a result. But look, I'm not that massively interested in it, really. I just don't trust it. What was I going to say? Look, yeah, very, very important as well to acknowledge the fact that everybody's Team Newcastle. I mean, the amount of people I've seen who are not Newcastle fans, and they're obviously not United fans, going, "I guess we're all Team Newcastle today, are we?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can be Team Newcastle." And then when you end up with looking like a prat when we've won, you know, you can blame yourselves. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm not having this at all. We're Manchester United. I don't care if people want us to lose, but at the end of the day, Ten Hag's right. Newcastle are boring, and we're the better footballing side. So if people want to support Chessboard FC, and you know what I mean, chessboards are black and white, just like Newcastle's top, and chess is boring. So if people want to support Chessboard FC over us, that's up to them. But I tell you what, we're the better team. We play the better football. People should be wanting Ten Hag ball to win. But if they're just that anti-United, let them be. First final I'm old enough to watch in a pub. That's how long it's been, excluding the Europa, which was in COVID. Says Dion, so nervous and excited. Nice one, Dion. Thanks for the super chat, pal. And I've got a funny feeling Weghorst will score the winner or provide the assist for the winner. Feeling a bit nervous before the final, to be honest, says Sumya. Newcastle are capable of getting a result. You know, then it's not. I remember us playing Millwall in the FA Cup final. And you knew we were going to win that because they weren't even in the top league. And in a way, it was a bit of a boring final. You just knew you were going to win the FA Cup. I'd rather have a cup final like this where it's dangerous, you know, where they could get a result against us. Because then when you win it, it matters more. Mark, it's my wedding on 9th of March. Can you please shout out my partner, says Vignesh. And it's Priya. Well, shout out for you and enjoy your wedding. Not long to go now. Chessboard FC. People are laughing about that. Jerry says chess is not boring. Well, even if you don't think chess is boring, it's still very tactical and strategic. It's still that game where you take your move and then you hit the clock and take 10 minutes. It's like Nick Pope, isn't it? The reason they're Chessboard FC is because if you've ever played chess, you know, you have your move and then the other person can take bloody ages on their move. It's like Nick Pope and his goal kicks, isn't it? It's just time wasting, and chess is a time wasting game. It takes bloody ages. But look, the jokes can come in later. I've got the receipts. I'm feeling confident. I've upset people who like chess. Can I just shock you? I actually don't mind chess, but it is a boring game in relation to pace. And it's frustrating waiting for opposition to take their move. If Ten Hag somehow battles this, should he be removed, says Matthew. Stop the chess slander, says Dance. And first fight, I've done that one from Anthony. Oh, is it? First final in 6 years. We need this. Drinking some whiskey and coffee at 8 a.m. in San Francisco. Let's go the Reds, says Anthony. Thank you very much, Anthony. I thought I'd read that one. Michael T says, I'm not happy. I had a shower, put on my Goldbridge undies and I'm ready for the game, only to see Phil Jones on Sky. Did I take too many laxatives, says Michael T. Sky fell off. I don't know what they're doing, and that's not just because of Phil Jones. I don't know what Sky are trying to do these days, but I mean, bloody hell, Phil Jones as a pundit. I mean, they must have been right at the bottom of the list to do that. I don't know what they're thinking, but he might be good. I won't be listening, but he might be good. I might be out of a job. He might start the Phil Jones Watchalong. He won't. Even if he was better than me, he wouldn't last long, would he? He'd go to type something, whack his wrist on the table, and then he'd be out for a month. Easy joke. Patch, thank you very much for your super chats. And Junior says, Mark, it's that old saying with all the other supporters of other clubs. They used to say, anybody but United, bring it on, says Junior. And just saw a post from ESPN Twitter of Karius warming up and he looks very shaky. Hopefully United can put the pressure on early, says Anthony. Well, as I said, I mean, we spoke about it already. Maybe Ten Hag will say to Bruno and Rashford, start shooting from all over the place. But I think that sort of loses your momentum. Because what we want is good possession. What we want is good control of the game. And I think just play your game and create the chances that you expect to score. You know, you don't need to expose Karius. doesn't matter who the goalkeeper is. It can be Karius, it can be Nick Pope, it can be anybody. But as you know, create the chances that any keeper's going to not save, and you don't need to worry about how bad their goalkeeper is or how shaky he is. Ahmed says, I'm excited, can't wait for this amazing occasion, and I'm very confident. Thank you very much, mate. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, everybody. We've got nearly 40,000 people watching. It's a cup final. That's not surprising, but we are on the road to 600k, which we're trying to hit today. And if I was to tell you, we've just hit 599,000. So I'm going to change that on the top left-hand corner. Please keep subscribing, bottom right-hand corner, and we could hit 600k today, which would be great. 1.6 million, but 600k is what we're going for today. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget the United Stand. We are live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock, and in between with loads of stuff. I've got Ben Foster on the show with me for our show tomorrow, which we put out at lunchtime as well. So get involved with the channel. You're all very, very welcome. Today, the plan is that we'll have the watch-along all the way through till full-time, which full-time could be after extra time. It could be after penalties. Who knows? If we win the trophy, I normally go straight over to the match reaction at full-time. If we win the trophy, I will stay on the watch-along to watch them lift the trophy. And then after that, we'll do the match reaction, we'll do the player ratings, then we've got the fan forum in the studio, and then we'll have some fan vlogs and stuff from Wembley Way. So look, can't wait, big day. If we win. Just bought a new 65-inch TV, and the first Man United match that comes on after the purchase, a cup final. It's a great sign, Fernando. Morning, Mark from Long Beach, California. Just got off my graveyard shift. Never drink this early, but excited for the game and cracked a beer to calm my nerves. Cheers, mate, and I'll be watching along, says no. And hi, Mark, would you swap Rashford for Haaland? No. No, Razor, I wouldn't. And I liked what Sumya said about... can I just say I liked what Sumya said... about Weghorst, because I mentioned this in the preview. I felt that Weghorst was out of his depth against Barcelona. Massively out of his depth. But Newcastle are not Barcelona. Newcastle are Newcastle. And I think that the way that they're going to line up is very, very different. They play a low block. They've got physical players. And I think that Weghorst probably suits this game more than any other game. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that, you know, Weghorst could be really important. I don't think Weghorst is particularly good in the air, and I think we all know that. I don't think we're here to pretend that he is. But what I do think he is I think he's a physical player who can, you know, cause issues for the opposition in and around the box. They play a deep, low block. And Weghorst, therefore, has... I mean, look, Weghorst is slow, is what I'm trying to say. He hasn't got a lot of running to do when Newcastle are camped on the edge of their box. So I think he might be quite useful in a game like this. I might be completely wrong, but that's just the feeling I get. I think he could be useful in a game like this. But also, let's not forget, if it doesn't work, you can make the changes. And we've heard Bruno talk about that. We've heard Ten Hag talk about that. So we have got the options. But I'm with you. I think there might be an opportunity here for Ten Hag to have a big game. Not Ten Hag. Hopefully Ten Hag. But there might be a big opportunity for Weghorst to have a big game here. And I like the way we've lined up in that front four. I do. I'm not going to lie. I do like it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we can change it. Can I get a shout out, Mark? I'm 6. It's Karate Matt. I hope you get better well soon, mate. Just turned midnight over here, so it's officially my birthday. That was from Big Saf. I think I've read that one already. No says, morning, Mark from Long Beach. I've done that one as well. Such a boost to have Sancho back, says Ben Piano Works, and Anthony. Nice to know we have multiple experienced options across the front three as well as Garnacho. Thank you very much, Ben. Lorcan, welcome to the members club. Thoughts on Sancho as 10 versus a low block? Not much defensive work if we contain them in their box. Come on, United, says Daniel. Well, the team's been picked, Daniel. I don't really have to have any thoughts on Sancho playing as a 10 because we're picking Bruno. Come on, United. I'm calling it Ten Hag hat-trick, sire. But, I mean, look, you know, Sancho as a number 10, he's already played there. He could come on and play there. So, you know, maybe that will happen at some point. But I think starting the game with Bruno in his best position is is preferable. And I'm for one very, very happy that we've picked a team that's a strong team. I mean, look at that, Newcastle fans there waving their flags. But I'm glad we've picked a strong team, because Carabao Cup final, a lot of managers through the Carabao Cup final will have made changes. We've seen people like Maguire play and Lindelof play, and some managers will make those changes all the way through till the final. And clearly, he's not done that. He's not wanting to do that, and I think that's really important as well. That we see Manchester United go really strong, because I think we are going to get top four now. And I think if we get top four, which we should do, and then we get a Carabao Cup win as well, we've almost ticked off everything we wanted to do very, very early. I feel that top four is pretty much Manchester United's now. I know Spurs have won again, but I think we have. I think that if we win today, we've got the trophy, we've got top four, and it's still February, and everything else becomes a bonus. If you can get into a title race, as unlikely as it is, great. If you can win another cup like an FA Cup or a Europa League, great. So yeah, brilliant. 10 minutes and then we're starting. Yes. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Bob's got a 6-pack of Budweiser with his name on it. Nice one, Bob. And before our next game against Arsenal. Could be 14 points clear, says Andrew. Yeah, but the title, that's what I mean. It's a bonus. I think you've got to just focus on the next game, and that's why for me, this game here right now is just all that matters. Because as I said, if you'd said to me at the start of August when the season started, you'll get top four and a trophy, I'd have said, sign me up. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. And I'm not changing that now. If we can get into a title race, I still think it's unlikely, but it's a bonus. If we can win 2 trophies, it's a bonus. As long as we get top 4 and we win a trophy, we've achieved what we wanted to achieve from Ten Hag's first season. Because top 4 is not a trophy. We want top 4 because we want the Champions League, but it's not a trophy. So if you get top 4 and a trophy, everybody's happy. Some people would rather have a trophy than top 4. Some people would rather have top 4 than a trophy. Get a trophy, get top 4. And that's basically what we're looking at tonight. Fantastic scenes at Wembley, by the way. Look at that from Newcastle. The wall of black and white, and then it goes round to the United side where I don't know what we're meant to, I don't think we've done it. I think we've got flags, but it looks impressive. It looks packed, and it's great. It's an absolutely brilliant spectacle, and it's a trophy that both teams desperately want, but we need. And look at the atmosphere; it's absolutely fantastic. This match will be full of surprises, and we can't wait, says Rye. Welcome to Members Club, Victor. Mark, I really love what you're doing for the community, but please take a few days off during match days and experience the games live this season, says Nelly. I appreciate what you say, mate, but I really don't need to be told or asked to do that. I'll do what I want to do, thanks. Shout out to us mad Australian fans watching this game at the most disgusting time of the evening, 3:30 a.m. Let's call in sick tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an advocate for people downing tools and not going to work, but realistically, you've got to enjoy these moments. You've got to enjoy these moments. I've told you these stories in the past about when we won the treble and, being on a beach at 3 o'clock in the morning with a bottle of whiskey and a cigar and saying I didn't want to go to bed because you just never know when these moments are going to happen again. We've not won a trophy for 6 years. Don't dismiss winning the Carabao Cup. It's not what we want. Of course, we want bigger and better, but it's not to be, swept under the carpet. Rod says, hello Mark, greetings from Mexico. I have a dream Maguire with a header in the 89th minute to win the game. I think if we're winning 2-0, he'll bring him on. I don't think he'll just be walking up to collect the trophy. I think he'll bring him on. Would you want Ten Hag to use rotational players and reserves for the FA Cup if we win today? Yeah, I think we've got to do that, Sumya, with Liverpool at the weekend. Lung, welcome to the members. Thank you very much for the super chat. I hope we finish it in 90 minutes, says DK. Just hope it's not decided on penalties. The only time I don't trust De Gea, says DK. And this is absolutely beautiful, Marky. Come on, United, says Trey. Yeah, we're not far away now from what is going to be all I've wanted to do from the moment I woke up today is just kick this game off. That's all it's all about, is just getting this game up and running. I think you get to a point where I couldn't give a shit about the build up really. It's a cup final, all the interviews, all the this, the that, and I bet the players feel way more like this than we do. I couldn't give a shit about, oh, I think this, oh, I think that. It's a proud moment. Oh, we're going to give it our all. We've got to do this. It's just talk. I mean, every game it's just talk, to be honest. But in a cup final, let's just get it on. I remember back in '99, I wasn't interested in what the players had to say. I just wanted it to start. Get us out on that pitch, blow that whistle, and that's when the real talking starts. It's going to be full of surprises. I can't wait. Says Rye. This group needs to taste a win. If we win today, that's the catalyst. I completely agree with that on that, Butterpants. Think Newcastle will come at us to try and take advantage of fatigue. Hope we start good and dominate possession, says Glenn. Mike says, legend, first trophy in 6 years, and you're right here with the greatest group of fans, says Mike. And welcome to the Members Club, Chris. Yeah, massive shout out to everyone who's getting involved, by the way. Absolutely love the fact that we've been on this journey now for however many years as the United Stand. And here we are in, we have been in cup finals before. We have won the Carabao Cup. We have won the FA Cup. We've been in 2 Europa League finals. We've won 1. But these haven't come around often enough. In the years that we've been doing the United Stand. So, as a community, as a fan base, we need to enjoy this and hopefully get over the line and win it. We cannot underestimate winning any trophy. It builds confidence for the future. Challenges, we are in this together. We are united. Let's do it, says Cloudo. Yeah, and I remember when we lost the Europa League final with Ollie. And one of the first things I said when I was disappointed was, we lost that on penalties. Winning a final on penalties doesn't really... It's not great because you've won it on penalties, but you win it. And it's like you still get a winner's medal. You still lift the trophy. It's a mentality thing. These players need to know in a Man United shirt that you can win. Casemiro's done it for Real Madrid. Varane's done it for Real Madrid. Anthony and Martinez have done it for Ajax. De Gea did it years ago for Man United, but this team needs to know when it looks around the dressing room, we've won together. Not I've won with my previous team or I've won with my national team. We've won together in this shirt. And it's a catalyst, like you say. It's a belief thing. They've never won together. If they win together today, they know they've won trophies. Remember, at Wembley, we've got the winner's medal. Together, we together have done it. It brings you together, and I think it can be a catalyst, and it can be that thing that we've always missed. Trust, belief, that we can go all the way and win. Liverpool won both their trophies last season on penalties. Overrated, says HKN. This feels so much like nostalgia. Almost feels like the Ferg era. I'm pumped up, Mark. Let's get it, United, says Jeffrey. And hopefully first of many finals without your green screen, Mark. Let's go, United, says Red Smurf. And thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, look, the green screen will still be around. I can pull it down, but it's I don't have as much freedom without the green screen. In fact, that light's getting on my nerves. It shouldn't even be there. I need a bit of space. I need to be able to get up and start running around. I need to do spinning around if Anthony scores. I need to sit down. Are you surprised Erik ten Hag has started Fred instead of Sabitzer? Well, I think the only people who are surprised by that didn't watch us play on Thursday. It's absolutely justified that Fred plays this game. I think that you could... have a case to play Sabitzer on rotation, but I don't think there's any complaints, really. I don't know if it's just me. I'm a bit emotional seeing United at Wembley. This is where we belong, says Kevin Miller. I mean, so the last time we played at Wembley for Manchester United, seriously, was that the Carabao Cup final with Mourinho? Was that the last time we played at Wembley? That seems a long time ago, doesn't it? It does seem a long time ago. I mean, we used to go there a couple of times a year, Community Shield and another cup final. It's been a long, long time. A long, long time. We lost to Chelsea, didn't we? 2020, yeah. in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. And semi-finals of the FA Cup are weird. Right, football stands together. There's a bit of a picture going on here for Ukraine. All the players together. A bit odd pre-match to see all the players standing together, but obviously I don't think anyone's going to have a problem as to why it's being done, and it's a nice thing to see. Come on, let's do it. What's your opinion on Weghorst's, Kieran? I think he's going to have a good game. It's a Goldbridge hot take. Weghorst is going to have a good game. Don't know if it's just me. I'm a bit emotional. Says Kevin. I've done that one. I surprised. I've done that one as well. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Let's get ready to go here. Manchester United against Newcastle United. The first bit of silverware of the English domestic season. It's at Wembley. It's the Carabao Cup. It's it's third against fifth now because Spurs have actually moved ahead of Newcastle. Yes, they've got 2 games in hand, Newcastle, but they're currently outside the top 4, and we're looking to make it a double blow for them by beating them in the cup today. I nearly said knocking them out the cup. I mean, I suppose technically you do knock them out the cup, don't you? Because there's only one team standing. Right, let's have a bit of Sneak. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Sneak on the show today. Sneak energy drinks, sugar-free, low calorie, delivered to your door. Please use the code SneakBridge. You can get a starter pack where you get 9 different flavours. You can pick what you like. They've got loads of flavours. I'm on the cherry bomb, but they've got purple storm, blue raspberry. Delivered to your door, next day delivery in the UK if you want to try it out. Please use the code SneakBridge. They do deliver worldwide as well. Sugar-free, low calorie. And as I said, you can scan the QR code next to me as it goes round, or you can go through the link in the description. They also do some cracking fizzy drinks as well. I've got a fridge full of it in my pool room now, and lovely stuff. Right, big shout out to Sneak, but we're ready to go here. Time for Roberto Carlos masterclass as read. The atmosphere at Wembley gives me chills. It's amazing, says Dougie. Well, look, Newcastle are going to play their part in that. I can't deny that. They're a very passionate fan base. As are ours, and I think it's going to be a cracking game. Can't wait for it. Absolutely can't wait for it. I don't think any quarter will be given. If there is any lack of talent in the Newcastle side compared to us, I think they'll make up for it. I think that I think there will be some tasty tackles. I think they've got to make it physical. They've got to be energetic. They've got to give it a go, of course. But Bruno Fernandes is here and we're off and running, and it is the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the Carabao Cup final. It's up and running, and it's Manchester United playing in white shorts and white socks. And an early header back to carry us there by their defender. Red Smurf just gifted 5 memberships. You're a legend, mate. Thank you very much. And Newcastle rolling it out from the back. Weghorst definitely playing as the striker. Rashford off the left, Bruno as the 10, Anthony off the right, and an early body check on Almiron. We don't want to see a stop-start game. I watched Spurs-Chelsea. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I heard Tasty Tacos, says Tasty Tacos. Well done. Come on, let's win it. Lots of excitement in the chat here. And Varane pushes the line forward. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Speaking of fan bases, this couldn't be a better final. Respect to Newcastle, and we have the best travelling supporters in the world. Come on, let's be having ya. Where are ya? Let's be having ya. Let's beat Chessboard FC. Come on, let's do it. Anton Deck, Alan Shearer, Arino. Thanks very much for subscribing. We're all Newcastle today. Chat shit, get banged FC. Let's beat them as well. All these non-Newcastle fans. Lovely ball into Rashford. He's down the left-hand side. It's not a bad cross. I think he should have ran that on a little bit more, but we've got a corner. Got a corner. I mean, look, I'm never going to criticise Rashford for doing that. I was actually surprised Rashford didn't run this. I thought he'd just go. Unlike Rashford to do that. Actually very unselfish from Rashford, to be fair. All the commentators want Newcastle to win, says Glazers out. Met a lot of Newcastle fans in the pub. They all say they shouldn't be underestimated, and I agree, says Vagabond. But you know what? I ain't got a problem with Newcastle fans. It's all everybody else who's not a Newcastle fan who's going, we're all Newcastle today. Well, I'll tell you, you're going to get it if we win as well. Chat shit, get banged FC. Support Newcastle over Man United because of some stupid, nonsense. Well, put your nose in a beehive and get stung and then moan about it. There we go. Newcastle on the break. Come on, Luke. That's a good break from Newcastle. Almiron, he's fast. Bloody hell, he's fast. But there we go. Delo covered it lovely, and that's it. I tell you what, it's a good flow to this game. It's a big pitch. Big wide pitch. Here's Anthony. First goal's so crucial in this game. Go on, Beckhorst. Lovely run into the wing. Well done, mate. That'll do. Here's Anthony. And another corner, please, ref. Or is it a goal? That's a goal kick. Mark, why do we always do long ball on kickoff with defender? Ollie DNA, says Mr. Tony. And met a lot. We've done that one as well. Thank you very much, everyone. Please do subscribe. We're very close, as you can see. Top right-hand corner, very close to 1.6 million. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to do lots of movements today because it's anxiety, isn't it? It's not like playing, I don't know, Southampton at home where you can just sit and chill. This is when you're getting into the business end, like same as Barcelona, the 2 games against them. Your energy levels go up. You're like, whoa, every little pass. Gameres, that's a good ball by Gameres into Wilson. Great tackle by Varane. We've defended well here. Good start by our defence. Good tackle by Varane. Newcastle did show on that attack where Delo made the interception, though. The speed they've got on the break. Luke Shaw couldn't close down on Almiron. 5 metres on him and he couldn't close it. Karius clears it. I went into a daydream there myself. I was just like lost in the moment. Let Joel Linton in behind Delo, but Varane will come across up against St Maximin. Newcastle have started off quite well, We don't want to be fatigue FC. Great tackle by Fred. Get up, Fred. It looked like a hard connection, that. And I think the referee will blow and it's gone out for a throw-in anyway. Yeah, Fred got caught there. It was a hard connection. De Gea's there with him. Bruno Guimaraes. You're meant to be Brazilian. You went to the World Cup together. Have you got no care for your national teammate? Yeah, Fred had to time this well. And he just caught him on the way through. Good interception by Fred. Guimaraes is committed. And I think he kicks him right on the ankle. Should be all right. Yeah, he's up. He's okay. Welcome to Members Club, by the way. Arino, I think I've already done that. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way, as well. A few people don't like the camera angle. Don't care. Not bothered. Ten Hag looking like Liam Gallagher there. Liam Gallagher style coat. Liam Gallagher style stance. Here's St Maximin up against Delo. I didn't like Delo going to ground there, but it was well timed. Bit of a slow start from United, but you expect that. We played Thursday, high energy. I'm looking at Fred. He's clutching his ankle a bit. Have a look. Keep an eye on Fred. Don't want to be losing him in the first 10 minutes. Good interception by Luke Shaw. Good header. Trippier. Martinez. Come on, lads. This is the thing about United, is that even if we've got to weather a storm, we've got a good defence. I think Fred's going to run that off snaps, I agree. I think he looks all right already, actually. Seven minutes gone. Let's go Man United from South Africa, says Saul. Rashford went for a long ball to Bruno, but Fred... I think we just need to get our foot on the ball a bit in the final third, because we're gifting up a little bit of possession here. I'm just going to start the stats carousel. Sponsored by OneFootball. Download it for free. Links in the video description. Get all your latest breaking football news and transfer news and stats on there. Download it for free, Apple and Android. There's the United team, as you can see, but we'll get the stats going. The stats will be up in a minute. Be interested to see what the possession is in the first sort of 7 minutes, because it feels like Newcastle are having a lot of the ball. That's a mistake. Casemiro. I mean, look, I think Weghorst will have a good game, but, you know, it could go either way. He is slow, and he might not have a good game, in which case we might have to change it. That's a foul by Delo. Hey. If the referee books Delo for that, he's having a bloody laugh. It's a cup final. Oh, jog on! Jog on, you fucking cretin! Absolute Jobsworth in a cup final. What an absolute Jobsworth. You absolute cretin. What a cretin. Ref is an absolute prat. First foul and a yellow. Why do they give finals to idiots? Absolute fucking idiot, ref. He's tell you what, he's bought the farm there, hasn't he? Newcastle swarmed him, yellow, and you know why? Because it's St Maximum. They want Delo on a yellow card against St Maximum, and that idiot referee has bought it. It's not a yellow card. That's never a yellow card. It's not in an area of the pitch where it's a yellow card. It's too early in the game to be a yellow card. It's absolutely shit officiating again. And I can't stand that referee anyway. He looks like he belongs working on a bloody Tesco checkout. Nothing wrong with that. But he shouldn't be officiating a cup final. Oh, I just can't stand bad officiating. You're refereeing a bloody cup final, you dickhead. Refereeing a cup final and he can't get his cards out quick enough. Well, all I'll say is every other foul now we should see a yellow card. He's going to have to book about 20 players now. Bloody Jobsworth. Book him. That was a foul. Longstaff. Could have killed him. No yellow card there. Joel Linton stopped us taking a quick free kick. Callum Wilson stopping us take a quick free kick. No, not going to book them either. He's an idiot. Absolute idiot ref. Joel Linton's just stopped us taking a quick free kick. No yellow card. He's an idiot. He's a Newcastle fan. What's the name of this ref? Come on. What's the name of the ref? Let me know. So Delo gets booked for his first foul. Joel Linton stands in front of us taking a quick free kick, which is a yellow card. No yellow card. It's a cup final. Let it go. Absolute Kevin Friend. This ain't Kevin Friend. It's David Coote, spelt in a different way. It's a 4-letter word and it's got an N in it. Well done, Varane. We need to settle here. I'm getting a bit aggy. Name a player more irritating looking than Almiron, says Super. I don't mind Almiron, to be honest. The ref definitely wants Newcastle to win, says Kai. Newcastle were always going to blast out of the traps given their freshness, says Andre Bright. I'm not worried about Newcastle. I think we've started off a bit sluggish, but I'm not that worried. Here's Weghorst. Go on, Weghorst! Oh, straight at the keeper. He's got to do better. He's got to do better there. It drops to him in the box. It's scrappy defending. Oh, he's got to do better there. He's got to do better there. He's level with the penalty spot. No, he's snatched at it. Snatched at that. Big chance. Got to do better there, I'm afraid. But now Newcastle on the attack with Trippier. Who's marking who there? Bloody hell, Callum Wilson free. Completely free. Of course, we need to keep an eye on Rashford's fitness. I mean, the presumption is that he's absolutely fine to play, but I do wonder how sharp Rashford actually is. He probably clearly is carrying some sort of knock. Trippier's cross is good. Varane, brilliant, brilliant. So good in the air. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. 13 minutes. Newcastle's possession is way better than ours as well in the first few minutes here. I think they're around 60%. I'm absolutely calm, Dan. Don't worry. You've got to get passionate in a final, though. If it's not the time for red-tinted glasses, when is it? I don't have to be fair about the refereeing decisions today. Everything's biased. Yeah, it's 59% possession for Newcastle at the moment. They have started off very energetically. They have had 8 days off, of course. And I think United are just feeling their way into the game at the moment. But we have got options, of course. Sancho's, Sabitzer's, Garnacho's. I just worry about Rashford. I don't think Rashford's running around as freely as he has been the last few weeks. Prediction on Paul versus Fury. I'm not doing a watch-along dead zone. Delo. It's a good cross. Oh, just dropped in the box and it fell to a Newcastle player to boot it clear. I tell you what, we might not be as intense as Newcastle, but we're definitely looking more dangerous around the box. Lovely overlap by Delo. The cross is reasonable. Weghorst is just so slow. That cross from Delo's good. It's just Weghorst is slow. I just genuinely don't think Weghorst is quick enough at this level. Body's gone in the wrong direction. It's the sound of the underground. I don't know why I'm singing Girls Aloud. In fact, I definitely don't know why I'm singing that, because bloody Cheryl Cole's in that and she's a Geordie. She can shut up for a start. She's not called Cheryl Cole anymore, is she? Rashford! Oh, hit it first time, Rashy! Oh, he didn't. I just don't think he looks as sharp as he has done. I think he's carrying an injury. Anthony with the cross straight into Karius's arms. And I don't know. I wonder if that's. I wonder if that could have. Apparently, Sir Alex is sat with Avram Glazer. Well, the cameras haven't shown it at all yet. I haven't seen it. Rashford's gone down the middle for a moment. Weghorst has gone to the left. I'm telling you now, Rashford's playing within himself. I don't know whether he's conserving energy. I don't know whether he's, protecting the injury. But I don't think he's moving around as quickly and as smoothly as he has. You remember Ben Thornley, Mark? Yes, I do, D33. I do. Without injury, he could have been just as good as any of the other class of 92. Here's Almiron. Watch out for Trippier's overlap here. He's got it to him. Nice ball into Almiron. Keeper's got that. Keeper's got that. De Gea's out quick enough. Ow! Oh, God. I've got trap wind. That really hurt. Do it for Anton Deck, says Google. Have a stretch, Mark, says Sam. I'm saving it. Good tackle by Anthony. Casemiro. Here we go. Plays in it to Anthony. Oh, he went for the killer pass to Rashford, and we've seen plenty of them this season. If Ollie were still at United, would Weghorst be Booty or Booty? Says Al. Another foul here. Every time Bruno Guimaraes gets up and goes like that. Scum. Absolute scum. And your hair looks crap. Can't stand players who do that. I would book them. If I was a ref and some player goes like that to me, I'd go. Interesting in the chat there. I can't remember, it's gone by so quick now, but they basically were saying that Rashford doesn't look like he's running around as well. Well, Anthony's just grabbed his groin. Glazer's out. Chant is going on. Good. You've got to worry about Delo on that yellow card, though. Now, keep your eye on Anthony. Oh, he keeps touching his groin. And not in an injury way. Glazers out, chance. Thanks, everyone in the chat. Here's Anthony. Nice play. Casemiro. Go on, Weghorst. Oh, my God, he's just got this so slow. Well done, he kept it in. De Gea. Nice ball out by De Gea there into Shaw. Martinez, lovely, good play by Fred. Needs a bit of support. Does well. That's a foul. Casemiro, yeah. It's a bit static from United. I don't think Rashford looks like he's running as freely as he has done, probably because of the knock. And Weghorst is obviously slow, so we're just a little bit predictable, I think, at the moment. Aaron, no one's hating on Weghorst, but he is slow. So if you want to get the best out of him, we need to get up the pitch. We can't ask him to keep spinning and running in behind the channels. You've got to get up the pitch. You've got to get your fullbacks up the pitch. You've got to get your line high, and then basically work around Weghorst in the penalty box. Guimaraes has gone down injured here. Oh, this could be a blow for Newcastle if he's. No, he's all right. He's just shook his head. He's all right. I think he just wanted to sit down and a drink. Hi Mark, ever thought this sell if United could be pump up and dumb and stock market make 50 million when Man United? I don't know what that means, Alex. Thanks for the super chat. Read Alex's super chat and appreciate what he's saying. I'll try it again. Hi Mark, ever thought this sell if United could be pump and dump fraud in stock market, make 50 million when Man United stock goes down? Well, I do know what you mean now. Yeah, it's basically what you're saying is that you pretend to sell the club to bump the stock price up and then sell it, and then but that would be stock manipulation. That look, basically United put the club up, the Glazers put the club up for sale and said that they were looking at a full sale or investment. They will take investment if they don't sell, so they won't be in trouble. Newcastle wasting time there. There's nothing bloody wrong with him. I've Roddy Pickering. There's nothing wrong with him. Anthony reminds me of Dan James. Yeah, because Dan James is left-footed and skillful. SK says, Mark, Newcastle slowed the game down so much. Watch out for it. They do look slow, including Bruno, but still feel we have a chance. Bit of sneak, keep the energy up. Lovely. You're right, Mark. Rashford is definitely carrying a knock. He's not running at all. Looks like a change is on the way, says Salim. Yeah, it just doesn't look right, Rashford, to me. Hi Mark, do you think the game will go to extra time? I've got no idea, Matt. It's a bit early. I'm hating on Weghorst. I don't understand how he's a professional striker, says Sean Atwood. My God, why is all that on there? Sorry about this. I've completely gone onto the wrong screen, but I will get rid of it. Newcastle coming down the right-hand side. Welcome to the Members Club. Red Devil Disco, thank you very much. Midfield's getting bypassed a little bit. Good conversation there. Big shout out to the mods, Fennec, Snaps, and everyone who's getting involved. Just block them. Block them all. Cross comes in, headed over the bar. I think there's a head collision between Martinez and Shah as well. I think Martinez is all right. Newcastle at the moment will be very happy with the start they've had. United sluggish. I don't mind Weghorst. He's doing what he's brought in to do. Show for the ball and let the wingers run off. He's a good short-term solution, says Butterpants. Oh, the clock's gone completely wrong. Let me sort this out. So yeah, it's been a bit of a look. It's a cup final. This is why I wanted to get it up and running, because no cup final is necessarily a dynasty or a classic. It's a tense affair, and I think from United at the moment we're still feeling our way into the game, and I feel that we've got to. We might find ourselves in the same situation we've been in the last two games against Leicester and Barcelona. I mean, Ten Hag doesn't look happy. I would say that. There was frustration of him on the chat there. On the touchline there. And you can sort of see why. Well, Sir Alex is sat with David Gill. Why couldn't we just play like this and could stuck Ronaldo where Snail is? Basically got 10 men all the time, says Harry B. And at half-time, I would put Garnacho on and rest Rashford for the Premier League since we were in the title races, Connor. Oh, come on. We want to win the bloody cup, mate. Why is the thumbnail in green, Mark? Bring it back to how it was. Because the Carabao Cup is about green. And, yeah, think before you speak. I don't know what some of the fans expect of Voot. He's a striker on loan from Burnley in the Championship, and some want him to be R9. It is what it is. I think that's a fair assessment, Kay. I think he's doing the best he can in the circumstances. I mean, this could be quite serious here. I think there might be a bit of an issue here with the Newcastle centre back. The physio is on his. Oh my God, that's disgusting. That's going to put you off your dinner if you saw it. They do that a lot, Newcastle fans. But no, it looks like it could be a significant injury to Shaw. He might have what you call a concussion. He's been hit right on the eye. David De Gea's looking at it. I mean, you're not going to want to miss it. But this is the thing about the concussion thing, isn't it? Like, he looks like he probably needs to come off, but it's a cup final, and we saw it with Emi Martinez, didn't we, with Villa? They don't want to take them off because they're important players, and the player doesn't want to come off. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. There's all the Newcastle ownership, look. Not seen Avram Glazer yet. Even Sky. I bet Sky have been told not to show him. Because he's there. Why have they not shown Avram Glazer? He's the owner of Man United. Come on. Martinez is ready to come on. He's fine. I don't think Shaw's back on for Newcastle now as well. Do you think Ronaldo will make a comeback to the European football, says FIFA Gangster? We'll have to wait and see. Does he still? Will he still? I was thinking about that the other day. Is he still going to get called up for Portugal? Mark, Rashi's looking laboured. I hate to say it. Might have to think about. You're right. Now he's getting service, but Erik ten Hag needs to have a look at this. I think Rashford at the moment is always capable of scoring a goal. That's why he's on the pitch. But I think if anybody thinks he looks anything like the Rashford of the last 2 months, you're wrong. And to be honest with you, he played on Thursday night. It's Sunday afternoon. He had a knock on Thursday night. I mean, if you twist your ankle walking down the stairs on Thursday night, is it perfect on Sunday? Like, whatever the issue is, he was always probably going to be feeling it a little bit. And whatever it is, I think it's impacting him a little bit. I mean, look, even there, he's just not. It doesn't look like he's running at 100%. It looks like he's running at 85, which is still better than most. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We're on the road to 1.6 million, by the way, subscribers. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Half an hour gone here. Newcastle have been the more progressive side. I've got to say, United need to do more. I think this is going to take another Ten Hag masterclass, because at the moment, on the balance, it's a close game and it can go either way. But if I was scoring it like a boxing match, I'd probably just be edging towards Newcastle. They just seem a little bit... Oh, it's a lovely cross onto the back post. St. Maximum's got this. He's left Delot for free. Great save by De Gea. He absolutely tore him apart there. What skill by St. Maximum. And Delot, he got sent back to Portugal there. That was absolutely fantastic by St. Maximum. Watch this. I hate United in red, white, white, says Kenneth. Well, the cross comes to the back post. And watch what St. Maximum does here. The feet's so quick. And David De Gea... I don't know how he saves that. I thought it was straight at him, but I think he might use a hand. Look at this. Delot could have given a penalty up there. Oh, it's good. It's brilliant save with his arm. Look at Martinez on the back post as well. We're looking tired, says Rocco. Fantastic save by De Gea. Delo's a bit of a liability because he's on a yellow card up against their best. Oh, he's gone down here now. Rashford's gone down here. We're going to have a yellow card, ref? That's probably not a yellow card, to be fair. The issue I've got is the time wasting won't be added on at the end of the half, says Cameron. Get Aaron Wan-Bissaka on now, says Manchester United. Well, I like Delo, but we're not really attacking, are we? So I don't like Delo on a yellow card against the one player they've got that likes to run at people. Get in! It's my man! It's my man! It's Casemiro! It's 1-0 to Manchester United! Get the fuck in! It's 1-0! It's Casemiro! Leaps like a salmon! Get in and have some of that! Have some of that! Have some of that! 1-0, Luke Shaw, lovely cross. Boom, with Casemiro into the bottom corner, and United lead after 33 minutes. Have that, Chessboard FC. Have that. You boring, time-wasting arseholes. Get in. Lying on the floor, doing fouls, trying to break up the flow. Set piece FC. Manchester United. Oh, don't be offside. Don't be offside. Don't be offside. I think he might be offside. I hate VAR. You're in the middle of the emotion, of the elation, and even if this gets given now, it still took it down from 100% to 75%. I think it looks offside. Casemiro looks worried. Callum Wilson might. I think it's the shoulder. Get in! Get in! Get in! 1-0, onside, Manchester United lead, and it's Casemiro! Casemiro makes it 1-0, and United are in front. We're all Newcastle. We're all Newcastle. All these bloody Burnley fans and bloody Man City fans and Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans waking up. We're all Newcastle this morning, are we? We're all Newcastle. Well, you're all putting your nose in a bloody beehive and getting stung. We're all bloody Newcastle. Wow. We're 1-0 up. Pick the pips out of that. Manchester United lead 1-0, and we're all Newcastle. Chat shit back, get banged FC. A 1-0 down. Get in. Ooh, I tell you what, I love those sort of goals because, to be fair, Newcastle have been pretty good. But Manchester United doing what Manchester United do. It's what big teams do. Defend well and take your chances. And this game's going to light up now because Newcastle are on the attack. They've worked it. Almiron, Trippier, Rashford. Come on, you've got to win the tackle. Cut back. Got the ball. Weghorst got the ball. Don't shut up about that, ref. Come on. Newcastle are pushing though. Still 10 minutes to go to half time. There won't be time wasting now. There won't be any time wasting now. Well, it was a great header as well. Lovely cross, but he's booked a United player again now. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll love to see what this was for. Show me this foul. I'll guarantee you it won't be worse than what you didn't book Bruno Guimaraes for. Come on, I want to see this Fred foul. Come on. I haven't seen it. Won't show it. Can't get his cards out quick enough. Basically, if you're a United player, you're getting booked. Oh, here again, look. It's not even a bloody foul. Don't know why he's celebrating, Mark. It's pure luck. Yeah, it's pure luck when a world-class cross goes in and a world-class player heads it in. This ref's on the Newcastle team. He's got a bloody dressing room full of bloody pictures of Anton Deck. Where does Casemiro land on best centre CDM of all time? He's best CDM in the world at the moment, Naheem. That's no lie. This ref's dodgy. I'm telling you, if he can give him a penalty, he'll do it. Check his bank account. Absolute prat with a capital P. He's Anton Deck FC. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I'm a crap ref. Get me on your payroll. That's a nice ball into Callum Wilson. Get rid of it, get rid of it. Over the bar. Get to half time 1-0. That's what it's all about at the moment. I don't know how he is onside, you know. I'm looking at that and I think he looks off. But that's the camera angle. I thought he was going to be... That's a great header, though. Absolutely great header. Considering Newcastle are brilliant in the air. You know, Newcastle are very good in the air. Mark, considering we're still in all 4 comps, is it considered a treble or a quadruple if there's no Champions League? No way. No way. There's only one treble, and that's the Champions League, the Premier League, and the FA Cup. Here's Weghorst. Come on, you've got some runners. Where are you going? Where are you going, Weghorst? Into Rashford. Oh. Yes, it's 2-0. Come on, come on, come on. Have some of that. Have some of that. It's 2-0. Alan Shearer. Cheryl Cole, Anton Deck, Newcastle Brown Ale. Your boys are taking one hell of a beating. Anton Deck FC are 2-0 down. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I'm Newcastle United in a cup final bottling it. It's 2-0 to Manchester United and it's not even half time. Come on. Get in. I don't even know how it goes in. I think it's a keeping error. But it's 2-0. Watch this. Watch this. Weghorst with the assist. I told you he was going to have a big game. And Rashford, I don't think he hits it that well. I think it deflects past the keeper. Lovely ball by Weghorst. Rashford gets the shot off. And it deflects over the keeper. Yabba dabba doo. A little bit of luck. A little bit of jam. It's an OG, really. Rashford's shot's not very good. Karius flapping in the wind. Arms like spaghetti. And it's 2-0. Nick Pope never lets that in. Alan Shearer's crying. Come on. Get in. 2-0. Are we saying game over? It's too soon. It's too soon. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. 2-0, not even half time. Take a breath. It's like just a couple of blows, isn't it? We've just absolutely. That's got to be a yellow card. That has to be a yellow card. He's not going to book him, is he? Not going to book him. Basically, Newcastle can do any foul they want. This highlights the importance of having a good shot stopper. I mean, that save from De Gea again, Stephen. You're right. You're absolutely right. Alan Shearer is dearer. Come on. Glory, glory, Man United. It's butter pants. It's 1919 all over again. Get in. Justice Jam on toast, says James Clough. And do you think Coote is the worst referee against France in the World Cup, says Connor. It doesn't matter what this referee does. He's not going to derail Manchester United. At the moment, it's just it's men's mentality against boys' mentality. It's winning mentality against not knowing what to do mentality. That's what's going on at the moment. Pope would have saved both. Feels a bit cheap, says Chris. No, he wouldn't have saved the first one. He wouldn't save the first one, mate. I feel bad for Karius. Not much he could do for either, but he will get the blame, says Logan. I don't care. I'm not bothered about that. I'm a Man United fan. I couldn't give a shit. It's not my problem. I'm not feeling sorry for them. I don't even think he's at fault. The deflection sort of catches him out. Nathaniel, thank you very much for the super chat there. Well, look, 2-0 can be a dangerous scoreline, and Newcastle have played reasonably well, but Casemiro's like a man possessed here. Absolutely fantastic. And this United defence isn't the sort of defence that caves. So, look, get to half-time. What a half. Absolutely fantastic. And I don't think, you know what, I don't think Rashford looks fit. I really don't. And I won't be surprised if he isn't actually fit. But he's still, that's why you put him in the team. You put him in the team for that reason. Cross to the back post. Ooh, header for, was it Longstaff? Or was it Dan Burn? It was Dan Burn, it was. Way aye. I mean, he's a big lad. He gets up for the cross. Up against Luke Shaw. And I don't think it's going in anyway because Delow's on the post. Just take a breath. Take a deep breath. I want to just listen to this. There's Alan Shearer. He's not looking happy, Shearer. He's trying to be incognito. He's trying to be. He's wearing a cap and a scarf. Mark, that guy was right from earlier that it said it would be 2-0 by half time, says Sir Marcus. Keep giving us crap refs, brings out the best in us. Come on, United, says Daniel Lees. I'm worried we'll have a player sent off, says Ben. And I have so many flashbacks to that 99 FA Cup final. We started bad that campaign and we won the treble. Eric Ten Hag has made us believe again, says Franco. Ever thought of an Anthony number 10 or 9? Could be good, but I like him at the wing, says Wilfred. I think Anthony's been quite quiet in this game, to be honest. Look at De Gea's reaction to Delow getting on that line that quick. This group believes each other. That's why I'm excited about it, says Butterpants. Goal kick, Casemiro. Look at it. He's loving it. They love it. Varane coming over. Delow. High fives. I mean, you know what? I love all the high fives that the players do on the pitch, especially the back four. Even though I think if it was a different type of back four, you'd probably find it quite cringy. But because they back it up with, you know, brilliance. And I heard Varane saying that, you know, it really inspires them when they do that. That they want to be like giving each other a high five. And, you know, the reason they do it is they want to let each other know that what they're doing is good and should be rewarded. Now, Fred's already on a yellow card here. Let's have a look. Nah, there's nothing in that. That's nothing in that. It's just gone for the same ball. There's nothing in that. That ain't nothing in that. That's nothing in that. They've both gone for the same ball. There's nothing in that. If this gets turned into something by this idiot referee, you're having a laugh. Yeah, play on. Play on. I mean, that's probably the way Newcastle get back into it, isn't it? Get a red card. And we do need to be a bit careful about it. I didn't even see what Fred's first yellow card was for. I saw the Delow one, but I didn't see what Fred's first one was for. But that's probably the way they get back into it. Casemiro has been fantastic, Mark. He says he looks really fired up. At 2-0 up, you could take Fred off. You could take Fred off. You could take Delo off. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it will be on Ten Hag's mind. We're 2-0 up. The game is won. In a sense, well, it's not won, but you know what I mean. We've got a very, very big advantage. And but if you go down to 10 men, it changes the game. So maybe you do make those changes. You could bring Sabitzer and Wan-Bissaka on, says Bleb. You could, yeah. Back four and Casemiro just ooze machismo. Love it. Luke Shaw, Cross deserves his flowers. Bruno and Fred on yellows, says SK. Is Bruno on a yellow as well? I don't even know. I didn't even see what they got booked for. Well, actually, I'll tell you whether Bruno's on a yellow or not, because we'll have it on here, won't we? No, Bruno's not on a yellow. Look, Fred and Delo are on a yellow. 5 minutes added on. United 2-0 up. He's Casemiro now. Absolute class, says Kay. And our back, yeah, I've done that one as well. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Wasting their own time now. Oh, Newcastle, you know what? Talking about, you know, I've called them Chessboard FC, Pass the Parcel FC. Do you ever used to go to those parties as a kid? Pass the Parcel. And hold on a minute, Weghorst. He's got to have a look. He needs some help. Weghorst. He's gone for a shot. Ooh, I tell you what. Good save by Carriers. Weghorst is nearly pulled out a worldie in the cup final here. He's hit from the edge of the box with his left foot. That's a good hit. Good save by the keeper as well. Good shot. Corner. He's unlucky there. He's hit it well. Good save. 2-0. Half-time approaching. Well, I say half-time approaching. Cross comes in. Headed away. Of course, Newcastle haven't been scoring many goals recently. So, look, the way it's going, we should win this game from here. But football's it's a funny mistress. Nice ball. Oh, he should have done better there, Weghorst. But you'd take 2-0 at half-time. If I'd said to you after about, you know, before that first goal goes in after about 25 minutes, if I'd said we'll be 2-0 up at half-time, you'd have snapped my hand off, because Newcastle, it was quite an equal game. Lovely play by Anthony here. He's going to get clattered. Oh, Bruno, come on. That's it. Book him. Book him. Go on. Go on. Grab hold of him. I don't care how big Joel Linton is. Yeah, get in the book. Pass the Parcel FC. Look at you. Who do you think you are? You're not The Rock. You're not The Rock. You're not The Rock. You're a cock. You stupid bully. Throwing people to the ground when they're not looking. Joel Linton. Check your passport. It's Joe Linton. From Surrey. Go on, wind him up, Bruno. Look at Martinez giving him a bit of a shoulder. I'm Argentinian. You're from Surrey. You're fake. Anyway, it's 1-0. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. This is what Anthony can do, though. Look, he's winding him up. He's got the skill, and he's basically Anthony gets the assist because he's got someone booked here. Joel Linton's coming in. Look at that idiot, hothead. Thinks he's the bloody Rock. Weghorst is playing tiki-taka better than Haaland, says Joe. And kind of sad how we couldn't get Ronaldo in this team. Really think Ronaldo with the right attitude would do better, says Amir. Not this time, but I'm afraid Fred will walk into one, says Kenneth. Samba Keen says SK. It's half-time for Manchester United, and it's 2-0 at half-time with what has been a fantastic performance from Manchester United so far. We really have been the better side. And nobody can deny that. Anthony showing us why he has the Brazilian passport, lads, as Trey Warren. United lead 2-0 here. Let's have a quick look at the stats just very, very quickly, because lots to talk about at half-time. Very interesting game, but I think this is the one thing I did really want to have a quick look at. Look at this. 60% possession for Newcastle, which is not what we would have expected, but it is. They've had 7 shots to our 5, but we've had 5 shots on target to their 1. Clinical United in this game. We've given up possession, but we've been far more ruthless with the attacks we've had. And basically, I think the seeds of this result so far were planted in Erik ten Hag's press conference. He basically called them Pass the Parcel FC. He basically called them annoying and time wasters, and they've gone right into that trap, because what Newcastle did for the first half an hour is they played very much on the front foot. They played with energy, and clearly Ten Hag, they've walked into his trap. If you say someone's boring and time wasting, what are you doing that for? You're doing that to rile them. And what will they do if they take the bait? They won't be time wasting. They won't sit back. They'll start playing on the front foot, and they did. And most of our chances have actually come from us breaking. So it's actually, they've naively walked into our path. Because actually, if Newcastle had played deeper and hit us on the counter and made us do all the running, we'd have had a completely different 45 minutes. Now, United might still have been 2-0 up, but we've been so clinical because we've been catching them on the break a lot. Look at our pass completion rate. It's crap. 69% to their 80%. It's not a normal Manchester United performance, but I think that the way it's panned out has been absolutely perfect. Now, I wouldn't say that the game is over yet. I wouldn't say that, but I tell you what, you got. I think the only way that this game changes is if something major happens. I think when you've got people like De Gea. I mean, he made a big save as well at 0-0. That's a great save with his arm. When you've got people like De Gea and you've got Varane and you've got Martinez and you've got Casemiro, I think you're very unlikely to give up a 2-0 lead. So I think the only way that this game is going to change around is if there's a big event. And that means like they pull a worldie out to make it 2-1 and then we're under pressure, or there's a red card or a dodgy decision that goes against us. And 2-0 can turn to 2-2 quite quickly, so let's not pretend it's game over. What can Man United do? I think we can play better. I don't actually think that was a great half. I think we score from a set piece and a deflection, and we're 2-0 up. And I think Ten Hag will know that. And I think he will know what we've just seen in the stats. He'll be over the moon with the result so far, but I don't think he'll be over the moon with the performance. And we have got options. I think that midfield is tasty. They're desperately trying to get Fred or Dalot sent off. Do you remove that risk and reset those yellow cards by bringing Wan-Bissaka and Sabitzer on? How long do you want to carry on with Rashford? Is he able to play 90 minutes? He's certainly not at full pelt. I think it's very clear that Rashford's carrying something. So look, we've got options. You've got Jadon Sancho there as well. You've got Garnacho. What do you think of the Weghorst performance as CGI? I think it's work. I mean, look, I don't think Weghorst is going to turn into Ronaldo or Erling Haaland. I think he's always going to look slow. But actually, he could have scored at 0-0 with that chance that sort of fell to him on the penalty box. He sort of scuffed it. He nearly scored an absolute banger. Great save by Karius. He got the assist on the Rashford goal. And look, he's slow. We know that. We know he's limited. But as somebody said in the first half, he's on loan from Burnley. He's an option that we don't have if we don't bring him in. And I think this sort of game has suited him better because he's up against Newcastle defenders that it's more of a physical battle, isn't it? And I think he's done well. I do think he's done well. I think Casemiro's been on a different planet. I think Varane and Martinez have been brilliant again. De Gea made a superb save. Luke Shaw's cross for the goal was brilliant. Dalot is having a difficult game, but he's doing okay. Anthony has done okay. Bruno's been okay. Fred's been okay. Rashford's got his goal. So all in all, I think overall we haven't played at our best, but we're 2-0 up. Experienced. It's a very experienced performance, It reminds me of a Real Madrid performance. Not, but when they're not playing at their best, but the experience is there. Dalot should come off. Yellow card, don't need an attacking threat. Get Wan-Bissaka on to Suradeep. Mark, your analysis of Weghorst for this game was spot on. Goldbridge, Socrates, says Magic Eye. Thanks, pal. Well, I said it in the preview, didn't I? I think that Weghorst was out of his depth against Barcelona because they want to play a high line and he's a long way from the goal. But Newcastle, it's more of a physical battle, and I think it suits him. Perfect time for Sabitzer and Wan-Bissaka. Shored up defensively and got more creativity from Sabitzer. Then see how Rashi feels and can change up the forwards, says SK. We need to be careful with our yellow cards, says Hamada. I don't think this game's over. It's over if we get the third one. It should be over at 2-0. But I do think we've got to game manage it a little bit. And I think that if Newcastle got the next one... Look, are Newcastle playing badly? That's what I would say. No. Do Newcastle look energetic? Yes. If I was a Newcastle fan and I saw Joel Linton doing that, I'd be like, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with what they're doing. They want to make it physical. They want to make it energetic. And I think that they are still very much in this game. But it would be a real shock if we were to give this game up from this position. But I think we need to... I think we need to take a few more yellow cards out of them. I think we need to play the game a little bit more carefully. I think we need to get a bit more possession. Mark, did you see Phil Jones is on Sky Sports coverage team? Hopefully he won't get a hand cramp and be out for the second half, says Nate. Welcome to the Members Club, Iran. Looks like probably saved about 40 mil with Casemiro for all the overpayments, says Dale. Steady Eddie this, child feeder that, sob on the time, you Geordie jokes, says Riley. Eden, welcome. And Dara says, what did Gary Barlow think about that half? I think he thinks it's absolutely incredible. Absolutely fantastic, says Dara Kelly. Oh, somebody did ask me, what did you mean by pass the parcel FC? So, you know, Ten Hag said they're boring and they're time wasters. When you're a kid, or even if you've got kids now and you have a party, if you ever do pass the parcel, you know, they put the music on. So basically, pass the parcel is, there's a prize wrapped up in loads of layers of paper, right? You sit the kids around in a circle, you put the music on and the music plays and you pass the parcel, right? And then when the music stops on you, you undo a layer. And then if there's another layer, it carries on until you get to the bottom one. So Newcastle are past the parcel FC because what they do is, and what a lot of people do is when they play this game, and you'll all know this if you've ever done it, the music goes round, you pass it to somebody and everyone else passes it round quickly. And there's always someone who takes it and goes, like they won't pass it, they're just doing like that for ages. And then, oh, it stopped on me because they hold on to it for ages. That's Newcastle, past the parcel FC. It's like their goal kicks. It's like Bruno Guimaraes having to sit down for 2 minutes. It's all about, oh, take your time, take your time. Chessboard FC, 2-0 down, and Man United are winning. But we can't be complacent. We've got to be careful. And maybe we should be a little bit Chessboard FC now. You know, maybe we should be a bit of a time-wasting team in the second half. We've had a really tiring last few weeks. Maybe we need to be a little bit like that now. I support Liverpool, and I have to say, I don't know about you, Eric Ten Hag is the best manager in the world at the moment because the guy's a genius, says Nathan. So many rival fans love what Ten Hag's doing, even though they don't like United. Is Maguire still going to lift the cup? Let's not talk about that, Tyler. Let's not talk about that, but yes, he will. Mark, we did it. Feels so good, says Apisha. It's half-time, everybody. Can I just bring a little bit of clarity to this game? It's not over. Big shout out to Danza, my wife, said she'd look after me this evening if United lift the cup, says Junior. We're not there yet. Basically equivalent of having Old Trafford watching you right now, says Goldbridge. 75,000. Wow. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Mark, I'm buzzing. Let's get the win, says Chrisen. And, you know, well, everyone's saying Junior's going to get some later on. Apparently he's on a promise if United win. Amazing update. Enjoying the game, says Darren. Yeah, I mean, look, for me, one of the things that I'm really enjoying is all the people, so many people talking total shite, go there, a shite life. They are talking shit all over social media. I'm not talking about Newcastle fans. I'm talking about rival fans on socials this morning. We're all Newcastle today. We're all Newcastle. Now, you know what I thought? I thought, chat shit, get banged, FC. You are absolutely exposing the fact that you're going to get disappointed. Keep your receipts in your pocket till full time. We're all Newcastle today. We're all Newcastle today. Like we're vulnerable. We're Manchester United. We've got Casemiro, Varane, Martinez. This game ain't over yet, but we're all Newcastle today. Well, you're in for a bloody crap Sunday night, aren't you, if we can keep this going. Shout out to Benny McCarthy as striker coach, says Kaz. Not only is the gaffer spot on, there are some great characters in the team. Love your commentary, Mark, says Mott. Thank you very much. And no, I know the game's not over, Zach. I know the game's not over. But, you know, I'm just saying, I've got the receipts. I think there's been a lot of people chatting nonsense about this United side. A lot of people saying, oh, Newcastle. If Newcastle come back and win this game, I'll be bloody devastated. But also, on the other hand, they hardly score any goals at the moment. They are a very pragmatic side. I think they've used up a lot of energy in the first half. Don't worry, I'm just having a walk. And I think, you know, as I said, it's going to take a refereeing decision for this to turn around. Because I think I wouldn't be surprised if we make it 3-0. I think the way things are going at the moment, Newcastle, we can give them 20 minutes of possession and we'll just hit them on the break again. I think we've played the perfect game in many ways after a Thursday night game. But look, we've got to go out and do it again. The game's going to open up now, says Dissat. I don't think it will. I don't think we need to open it up. I think we will keep it. I wouldn't be surprised with 15 minutes to go if he brought Harry Maguire on and went 5 at the back. Surprised they didn't attack from the left more with Delo on a yellow. Then Casemiro covered when they did. Big game experience on showcase here, says Oscar. I just cannot express how happy I am to see United play real football again these days. Truly special, says Angry Brit. Mark, I played the game and it's satisfactory to shut everyone's mouth up, says Jim Hooligan. It's a scrappy game, but I'm so pleased being 2-0 up. Weghorst has worked hard and deserves some recognition. The lad gives his all week in, week out, says Mary. It's funny, isn't it? When Anthony came on at half-time against Barcelona, I said, I think he's going to make a big impact, and he scored the goal, didn't he, that got us into it. And I think that I just felt that this was going to suit Weghorst. I think too many people write players off and go, they're shit. And actually, many players are on a journey. And I don't think Weghorst's journey will be known until the end of May. And I don't think Anthony's journey will be known for another year or so. You know, they're on a journey. You don't write them off. And today, Weghorst has done well. I mean, look, he's not been brilliant, but within the limitations that he has, he's done his job really well. Ali, welcome to the Members Club. Hamlet, welcome as well. You've probably mentioned this, but we need Sabitzer on for Fred to calm things down, says Sean. One thing, Matthew says, I broke my arm playing football last weekend. Would be great to see us lift a trophy. Also, shout out to Varane, one of the best centre-backs in the world, says Matthew. He's been brilliant. Hi, Mark. Today's a good day when we get to the end. Also, we're celebrating my son's first birthday. Cheers, says Len. Well, happy birthday to your son, and let's hope it's Manchester United's first trophy in 6 years. Mark, I hope Ten Hag subs in Wan-Bissaka to handle St Maximin because Delo is going to get cooked by that man. Says, well, I think Delo's had a good game. You know, I think St Maximin's a good player. I don't have any problem with us making that sub, but, you know, put your trust in Ten Hag. He knows what he's doing. One thing I have noticed about Newcastle, and we noticed it at the start, that referee is weak, and they've been chasing him down all the time, like this. And look, Fred went for a 50-50 on a yellow card. It was never a second yellow, and you could see the ref for a minute was thinking about it. So we've got to be a bit careful about that. We need to come out very fast and hard early in the second half, get a third, and end Newcastle's hopes. Yeah, third goal kills it, Nathan. So happy we're now back to winning ways, says Danny. Still time to go, Danny. Still time to go. And Havish, welcome to the Members Club. What I would say as well is, I've watched 2 games this weekend. I watched Leicester Arsenal and I watched Spurs Chelsea. Both games, goals in the first 30 seconds of the second half. So we need to be switched on at the start of this second half because there seems to be a glut of second half goals going in straight away. I really hope United don't park the bus and invite pressure. I hope they keep attacking with them. They do look fragile in the back, says Jim. Look, I don't think Newcastle have... I nearly said shot their load. I don't think they've finished yet. Isaac's coming on. I don't think Newcastle have played that bad. If I was a Newcastle fan, God forbid, I would be like... that's how... I wouldn't be like, how are we 2-0 down? I'd just be like... in honesty, 1-0 at half-time was probably the right result. But, I wouldn't say they've been unlucky, but you would be like, it doesn't feel like we should be 2-0 down. Wan-Bissaka is on at half-time as well. Inspired substitution. Protect the yellow card from Delo. So I think he's got that absolutely spot on again. So, yeah, you can't argue with the ref there. You can't argue with the manager there. I think he has got that absolutely spot on. So many of you called it, and he obviously felt it wasn't worth the risk. And as we said, it felt like if this game is going to change in Newcastle's favour, and they made an attacking sub with Longstaff coming off for Isaac, they're going to go 2 up front. If this was going to change in Newcastle's favour, they need a big event. They need a red card or something like that. So what Ten Hag has done there is he's limited the chance of that happening by subbing off Delo and putting on Wan-Bissaka. And it just resets that risk there. Wan-Bissaka can get booked and he stays on the pitch. Delo makes a tackle and he's off. Look at all the corporate prawn sandwich brigade. Look at all the empty seats at the start of the second half. All the bloody corporate people, not in their seats, stuffing their face with prawn sandwiches. Anyway, enough of that. So, what we got to do? We go again. We go again. And it's actually United with a chance for Fred. Dream loan move for Voot in it. Came from Turkey, says Gog. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka has to watch the back post this half, says Daryl. Welcome to the United Stand Members Club, Blake. And also, both teams tend to be better in the second half lately. Should be a cracker. 6 years to the day since we last lifted the EFL Cup. Let's do it again. I mean, 6 years is too long for Manchester United to go without a trophy. The last time we went that long was the 70s. I always think finals are scrappy games. You want to win, but with low risk. Do you remember any expansive football finals when results are close? No, Hamadi, you're right. Cup finals are... That's why when we started the watch-along an hour early, I just wanted to get to the start of the game. Because you can talk and talk and talk. And I think some games, like you say, you can talk and predict and analyse. But I think cup finals... You're right. They're an event. And it really is about getting over the line. Here's Wan-Bissaka into Bruno. We go wide to Rashford. Nice little ball into Fred. They head it away. And Anthony. He's gone for the shot straight at Karius. Mark, this is just the start of the Ten Hag dynasty. Exciting times ahead, says Mitch. Well, it's only exciting times if we get rid of the Glazers, Mitch. Because we ain't going to do anything with the Glazers in charge, because if they stay, they're going to take investment, which is going to be more debt, which means not a lot of money to spend. So it can be the start of something very special. They're still not back in their seats. We've had 3 minutes and they're still not back in their seats. Corporate FC at Wembley. Oh, I'll have another vol-au-vent. I'll have another vol-au-vent and another glass of wine. Yeah, it doesn't matter this game. 2-0. I'll be back in for the last half an hour. Mark, what was your first watch-along here, says Thomas. Got no idea what the first watch-along was, to be honest. There's a quiz question for you. Yeah, but cup finals, you're right. In the majority, they are tense affairs where it's about mental strength. Wan-Bissaka's had a good start, says Michael. Thank you very much, Michael, for your conversation. Nice ball into Callum Wilson, but there's Varane, who knocks it out for a throw-in. He's been marvellous. What's a vol-au-vent, says Butterpants. Oh, it's like these mini little pastries with a bit of steak and a bit of horseradish sauce on. It's basically posh people mouthfuls. Posh chicken nuggets. They do loads of stuff. Go on, Veghorst. Go on then. Botman and Veghorst. Having a little bit of a chest to chest. Glazers out. Anything Eric Ten Hag has done will be spoiled by them, says Average Joe. Only these Joel and Avrams can make sports washing and greenwashing more desirable. Nice little ball by Wan-Bissaka. If he goes to the far side, well, Veghorst, it wants a handball. Veghorst had Bruno and Rashford on the far post unmarked, and it could have been 3-0. It wasn't a brilliant pass by Veghorst, but I do wonder if there was something in it, because they're asking for a handball. It's a free kick. We're not going to see a replay anyway. Look at Guimaraes again, asking for yellow cards. He spends all his days asking for yellow cards. Well, we're not going to see the handball. I'm not going to see it. So Newcastle have got a free kick here. Casemiro is the best player in the world. Is there anything the guy can't do, says Philip. When he's playing, I'm confident we can beat anyone in the world. I know what you mean, mate. What a player. What a player. Anyway, we've got to deal with this cross because Newcastle have got some big lads. Good header by Wan-Bissaka there, look. Second ball. Luke Shaw. And then Fred clears it. Yes, we're fighting. We're fighting. They're still not back in their seats. That's disgusting. That shouldn't be on the TV. We shouldn't have to watch a game of this magnitude and every time it goes to the halfway line, see red seats. And you know why? You know why they're all there? Because they want to be there when the cup gets lifted. Corporate FC. Well, they've basically put Isaac on to run, haven't they? Here's St. Maximum up against Wan-Bissaka. And he's completely missed his kick. Everton 15-16, I believe, was the first watch-along. The day Sir Bobby got his stand, the rest was United stand history, says Dan Kelly. Thanks very much for that. We just need to get through the next 20 minutes without conceding here. Or get the third goal. Preferably get the third goal. And then we've got some trophyware. But there's a long way to go yet. We're not there yet. Player ratings we will be doing. Don't get ready for them yet, but we will be doing them. Here's a shot. Well, Newcastle are going to push. I don't feel it's over yet. Trippier, good cross. Martinez, high foot. Surely, yeah, foul. Callum Wilson. Martinez going in with his head. High foot. You won't get anything out of that, ref. I don't know what they're on about. Trippier's cross comes in. Martinez quite rightly goes with the head, and it's a ridiculously high foot, that. Ridiculously high foot. You can't be doing that. Well, it was interesting that he took Delo off for Wan-Bissaka, and obviously Delo on the yellow card up against St. Maximin. But obviously we've still got Fred in the midfield, who is on a yellow card. So obviously didn't want to make that change yet and trusted Fred not to pick up the second yellow. So that might be another area of risk, but I think he got it right. Franco, thanks for giving 5 United Stand memberships. Appreciate that, pal. And hi, Wark, it's my wife's Christina's 33rd birthday. Will you sing Agadoo, says Thomas. Not at the moment. I think Agadoo is a victory song. And we're not quite there yet. You know, we've had a bit of excitement in the first half. Second half, let's just bed in a little bit. And let's get through the next 20 minutes. These games can turn around. It can be a game of two halves. It's a funny old game. What do you think of Chicharito for United, says James? No, I wouldn't take him back now. I think there'll be another goal in this game as well. I don't think it's going to finish 2-0, although I did predict 2-0. I think a lot of people predicted 2-0, but I think there's going to be another goal in this, and we've got to make sure it's got a red shirt on it in their net. Another corner for Manchester United. Big shout out to Sally and Susan in the chat. Mods, appreciate it. Thanks for your help. I'm not interested in the Maguire lifting the trophy thing. I mean, he's the club captain. He's going to be lifting the trophy. Obviously, he's hardly played, so it's a little bit weird. But as long as it's a joint thing with Bruno, I don't think anyone really cares. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care. I mean, I think the only one I'd have a real problem with is Avram Glazer. Anybody else, as long as we're lifting the trophy, I don't care. Thanks everyone for subscribing, by the way. Apparently we've hit 1.6 million, which is great. Thanks for getting involved. We will have a fan forum afterwards, match reaction with player ratings. But at the moment, there's a long way to go in this game and things can change. 2-0 is a dangerous score in football. It's always been the most dangerous score because at 2-0 you think you're there. But if they get one back, you're suddenly really up against it. So we've just got to... I've played the game. We've just got to play the game, manage the game, defend well, be competitive, and move through the gears. We need a clean sheet for De Gea to break the record in the final. Would be good to see. Also, Rashford is definitely struggling with something, says Eugene. And who cares who lifts the trophy? All that matters is that United do it, says Butterpants. Exactly. Interesting comment by Eugene. I'm worried about Isaac. He won the cup for Sociedad, says Leon of Sweden. Interesting comment about Rashford. I definitely think that there's a case of give me what you can to make me play. I wouldn't normally play. But he's got his goal. And it's not uncommon. You see this a lot in the World Cup or the Euros. Players pick up injuries and they're playing every 3 days. So they'll sort of play through the pain barrier when really, normally, they'd probably be injured for a couple of weeks. So I'll be very surprised if we see Rashford play against West Ham on Wednesday. Give him a week off for the Liverpool game. ESC says, who's going to lift the trophy? We've got to win the game first. Let's not be too disrespectful. I heard that Bruno and Maguire will do it, which I'd be quite happy about. But at the end of the day, as long as we lift the trophy, we lift the trophy. Oh, Anthony. Anthony's had a quiet game today, you know. The journey of Anthony is going to be progressive, but he has been a bit quiet today. He's got to work hard. He's won it back there, though. Oh, shit. Bruno loses it in a bad place. St. Maximin, he'll dive if we're not careful. Good tackle by Wan-Bissaka. Bruno Guimaraes, bit of skill. He will dive if he can. You've got to be careful here. Well done, Fred. There's Bruno. Good tackle by Bruno Guimaraes, who tackles and then... I don't know what he's done here. Triple salt, triple pirouette, triple rollover. Have you got your tickets out? Because it's a triple rollover with Bruno Guimaraes here. I don't know what he's done there. He makes the tackle and then he's rolling around. Let's have a look. Fred does well. Gives it to Bruno. Bruno. Don't know. Weird. There's no connection from Bruno, who's just smiling. He's probably legitimately injured himself because they're 2-0 up. I mean, you'd have to be pretty ingrained in time wasting if you're time wasting when it's 2-0. Time wasting while losing. I'll tell you what, I do like Bruno Guimaraes, but there are aspects about his character I don't like. I don't like all this. I don't like all the time wasting. I think he did hurt himself legitimately that time. But hi Mark, it's 1:50 AM here in Perth. I watch every game. I'll send another super chat, says Al Jane. Thank you very much, pal. And Newcastle players are worse than La Liga players running to the ref and rolling around, says Angry Brit. Thank you very much, pal. Let us know where you're watching from and what time it is. I mean, look, it shouldn't be a chore when you've been through the Moyes and Van Gaal and Ollie era. This is a cup final where we get a bit of silverware at the end of it. half an hour to go. We're through the first 15 minutes of the second half. So, I'll tell you what, I like St Maximin, but sometimes he makes himself look really shit. Like that pass there just looks really bad. Right, time for a bit of a stretch and a bit of a walk around here. Get rid of some of the tension. Yeah. You know it. You know it. There he is. Sat with Richard Arnold. Boo! Avram Glazer, look at him. Absolute scum. Boo! They shouldn't be there. Have a pint on me after the game, says Spirit Games Mark. Hello from Canada. Cheers, pal. Thanks very much for that. Gameras is a disgrace to the game, says Butcher Pants. Newcastle players, we've done that one as well. And watching from Chicago, says Christian. Cheers, pal. People are watching all around the world. It's 5:55 here as well in the UK. It's all about game management, isn't it now? When you're 2-0 up in a game, ain't no need. Martinez gets tripped to the floor, just shrugs it off. Anthony is unlucky. Always makes the right runs but isn't spotted, says Eugene. And let's be honest, all of us were tired of watching City play every League Cup final. Good to see Wembley with people who paid for their tickets, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. Glazer's out, says Angry Brit. Yeah, there ain't no way Rashford's fully fit, is there? Hi, Mark. Love what you're doing. Keep up the great work, says Leo. Thank you very much. 4:50 a.m. in Sydney. Wow. Dedications, what you need. 6:55 in Auckland, New Zealand. Makes it all worthwhile, though, when it's a cup final. And, of course, and it's a big if we can get this one won, then the greed will start to kick in. Top four is basically done. Win this one. You've got top four, you've got a trophy, but you've still got the Europa League. You've still got the FA Cup. You know, potentially still got a title race, although that would be very difficult. You get greedy. Look at Anthony there, chasing St Maximum. Good tracking back. Gets skinned, though. And Fred. Oh, Fred. Come on, Fred. Isaac. Don't. Fred, be careful. Casemiro. Brilliant. Fred, be careful. It's 9:55 in California, and St Maximin's been quiet since Wan-Bissaka came on. Says no. Time for Fred off and Sabitzer on, says Anaban. Well, yes and no. It's, you know, there's a lot of tackles having to being put in there. The tenacity of Fred is important. You might be better off bringing McTominay on. Oh, I can't believe I've said that. Doesn't look like there's any bench activity at the moment. I can't really see. Well, Harry Maguire, I think I just went past there. Sabitzer's training on his own at the moment. Glazers is emotional attached into sucking our cash, says Faisal. Here we go. St Maximum up against Wan-Bissaka into the penalty box. Casemiro, I tell you what, he runs over there every time. Doesn't matter whether it's Delo, whether it's Wan-Bissaka. He's over there like an obsession. No trouble. Get rid of it. Wan-Bissaka clears it. Now it's Rashford down the left-hand side. Bruno been horrible today, says HKN. Demonstrations should now be at the stadium, not in 4 months when they say they'll stay, says Kana Dave. Good play by Wan-Bissaka. Is this the game that Martinez puts an end on centre-backs with pink boots, says Parsa. And thanks for the super chat, Aslam. Casemiro has been everywhere. He's been brilliant. His work rate has been absolutely brilliant. He's comfortably been my man of the match. Here's Trippier. Oh, could have given a foul there, didn't. Martinez clears it. Well, I'm just looking at the clock now, and I'm sort of like every 5 minutes. You're sort of doing it in 5 minutes now. We've basically got 5 sections of 5 minutes to go. It's got to work. I played the game. And sometimes when you're like 2-0 up in a game like this and it's important, that's what you do. You do it in 5 minute sections. You say to the ref, how long's left? 25 minutes. And then you speak to yourselves and you go, look, let's just play it in 5 minutes. That 5 minutes is an easy section of time to play yourself through. And you just go, right, next 5 minutes, next 5 minutes, next 5 minutes. I don't think Bruno has been bad, just haven't been a game where a 10 thrives. I'd agree with that, Butterpants, definitely. Mark, love you. I love this club and I love this manager. I've had my world turned upside down the last 6 months, says JM Jones. At these moments in time, I'm the happiest. Love the content. Good to hear, JM, and I hope you're doing well, pal. Matthew says Casemiro has to be the signing of the season in the Prem. Has the consistency, passion, and quality. Should be captain. Chris says, this is my first super chat. It's always been my joy to watch United game with these watch-alongs. Love you from Tokyo. So thanks, Chris. Appreciate that, pal. Well, you know, we're not quite there yet, and I sort of have my speech ready for when we win the game. But what I would say is, if this does end up being a win, you need to enjoy these next 25 minutes because, as we've seen, we haven't won a trophy for 6 years. I think some fans just have this assumption that, you know, there'll be another one coming along quickly, and there isn't necessarily. So you've got to just, you know, soak it up and enjoy it when there's... I mean, I can feel the smile on my face from lifting the trophy already. It's been too long. But Sabitzer and McTominay are coming on. Fred and Rashford, probably. Bit of height from McTominay's not a bad idea. I think Rashford's probably done. Hi, Mark. Just wanted to say thank you. David De Gea, good punch. God, good shot. Good block by Martinez. They're trying to get the Newcastle crowd up. It's not over yet. Pam says, just want to say thank you. This channel has helped reignite my passion for United and in turn helped me through some tough times. Great to hear, Pam, and thanks very much for your support. Sean says we should be bringing on Garnacho, Sancho and Sabitzer for Rashford, Anthony and Fred. I think he's going to take Rashford off now for McTominay and Sabitzer for Fred, but we'll see. Trippier's cross. It's high. It's the back post. And I don't know what's gone on there. I think there was an offside or something. Newcastle getting a bit frustrated. Imagine United bottle the final. Don't think so, though, says Ayan. Right, here's the subs. Wish everyone an amazing weekend, says Sonny. So, yeah, definitely Sabitzer's coming on for Fred. Now, what's McTominay coming on for? Might be Anthony. No, Weghorst. So Rashford's going to stay on. Can we talk about how great Wan-Bissaka has been since he came in at half-time? He's been very good, Brandon. I mean, look, I think the thing with Wan-Bissaka and Dalot is you've got two right-backs who can do very different jobs but do it very, very well. And, you know, many of you said it at half-time. Dalot's on a right-back and their best attacking outlet is at his St Maximin. We're 2-0 up. It's logical to bring the defensive right-back on. Hugh, thank you very much. Welcome to the Members Club. Vum, again, talking about how Wan-Bissaka's fantastic. Wout Weghorst off for Scott McTominay. So does McTominay go up front? Do we go with a false 9? I think he'll do Rashford for Maguire with 5 minutes to go if it's 2-0 as well. Just so he's on the pitch. But we'll see. We'll see. Mark, I was saying last match, Eric Ten Hag sees McTominay as attacking option off the bench as SK. Well, Rashford's gone through the middle. It's incredible the improvement of Wan-Bissaka, says Dan. It's coaching, mate. It's coaching. You know, it comes down to good coaching. We've had 3 years of somebody who doesn't coach the players. McTominay was a striker in his early days, Aaron. I don't know whether he has actually gone up front. It looks like we're playing Bruno off the left and McTominay's playing as the 10 with Sabitzer and then Casemiro sitting. So Rashford's gone central, Bruno's gone left. Come on, United. Can you call Darren a prat, says Josh. Corey says, I've never wanted 20 minutes to pass so fast. 20 minutes. See, another 5 minutes has gone. Happy to see Sabitzer come on finally. Let's finish this match with the trophy. Love the channel and congratulations on 1.6 million subs, says William. Thank you very much. False 9 McTominay. I've seen it all now. Bruno, little ball in and goal kick. I don't think McTominay's playing as a false 9. False 9. Bruno's gone to the left. And Rashford's gone up front and McTominay's playing with Sabitzer in a midfield 3 with Casemiro sitting. 20 minutes to go. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Bottom right hand corner to do it. Get involved with the United Stand. Remember, we've got player ratings for you, which I'll put in the link in the video description in a minute. And we've got a match reaction. But obviously we'll stay live here for the trophy if we get it. If we get it. I won't be watching Newcastle lift it, that's for sure. Lovely ball into Trippier. De Gea, brilliant keeping. Get it out. There was an offside anyway, but De Gea did a great job on the cutback. I don't think Eric Ten Hag chewed gum before meeting Sir Alex Ferguson. And my only explanation we were 2-0 up is that guy who called it. It's a time traveller, says Sheriff. Well, I said 2. I think a lot of people predicted 2-0 to Man United. Junior's just gifted a membership, thank you. Hand on heart, I think Newcastle has been the better team, but I don't care, says Tarrant. I think Newcastle have played well, which makes it even better. But if Newcastle had played well, our defence has played well, because they don't deserve to score. We've made the saves, we've made the tackles. They've not hit the post. They've not been unlucky. We've you know, sometimes... It's like that Leicester game last Sunday. At half-time, we were 1-0 up, but they were better than us. David De Gea made 2 world-class saves, and we scored the goal. We deserve to be 1-0 up because we've done the defensive work and we've scored the goal. I agree that Newcastle have probably played better football, but we've deserved our goals and we've deserved our clean sheet. And that's what I mean. Sometimes it's not about playing the better football. It's about being the winning team. Defensively, we've been remarkable. But yeah, Newcastle probably have attacked more. I agree. But maybe Ten Hag set us up like that. Great tackle by Sabitzer. Into Rashford. Good save by Karius. He should have passed to Anthony there. I'm more interested to know how does Anthony and Ten Hag communicate, says Shady. And here's Luke Shaw. Oh, good tackle again. Best vibes around the club in years. Trophy coming home. Happy to join the members club. Better than Mourinho's Europa because it's brighter future, says Axel. And honest question, what does Voot give us up front that McTominay doesn't? McTominay's more mobile, wins more in the air, says Jeremy. Welcome to the members club, the City Music. And 10s for the whole team if we win, says Mark. Yeah, well, let's see. I need to put that in the video description, actually. Good save by Karius. It was a good shot by Rashford. I think he could have slipped in... Anthony, but it was a great tackle by Sabitzer. How can anyone want De Gea out the club? It's mental. I'm sorry, he may have weaknesses, but who doesn't? No one's perfect. I think he's been brilliant tonight. Jonathan Matthews, thank you. Glad I can send the messages today. Thanks for the community. Easing the challenge of being a supporter in recent years. Hopefully the glut is over, says Ash G. I can't believe people could criticise De Gea. That goalkeeping is world class. He's the best keeper in the world. Keeping it about shot stopping. Who's better, says Butterpants. look, made the big save at 0-0. I always said whoever scores first in this game was going to be the one. And, you know, I think he has been great. Here we go, though. They're down the right-hand side with Callum Wilson. We don't want to be conceding now. Got to keep that clean sheet. Break the record, Dave. We're tired. We are tired. There's no two ways about it. And we're going to be tired. We're playing a game every 3.5 days. And, you know, we played Barcelona on Thursday night. We're tired. They've had 8 days off, Newcastle. It's their biggest game in about 50 years. We were always going to have a period of the game where we were going to have to defend well, and we've done it. Once we defend quick starts to games, we tend to win, says Wayne. First goal was always going to be the one. Here's McTominay down the right wing. It's a good tackle by Dan Burn. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is beautiful to watch. He's going to get home and find some Maximin in his pocket under his keys. Benefits of having a real coach in charge, says no. Is the second one given as an own goal, says Glazers out. I don't know. I think it was given to Rashford. Safe to say Timber wouldn't have been this good, says Rui. And again, with correct subs, no one expects at the correct time since Sabitzer and McTominay came on. Game has changed and relieved the pressure on the back four, says Cody. 12 months ago, I predicted Maguire would be the first United captain not to win a trophy in the 70s. Looks like I'm wrong, but it is technically true, says Alan. Mark, do you think Almiron's eyebrows could be a problem in the second half, says Stephen Carr? Well, it's a double substitution for Newcastle here. It was given as an OG, apparently. I'll enjoy... Well, look, even with 15 minutes to go, I'm sort of like saying it ain't over yet. But, in all honesty, it's going to take something special from Newcastle at this point, and the way we've defended... and the way we've been managed, we've got to be feeling that we are 15 minutes away from our first trophy in 6 years. And I hope we are. But we'll see. We'll see. Still 15 minutes to go. De Gea off his line. That's what you want to see. I think De Gea's distribution's been good tonight. The saves has been fantastic. He's quick off his line there. I mean, I do think he gets overanalyzed. I've said that before, but ultimately, I mean, I almost look at some of the criticism of this team at the moment, and I think we're scratching, you know, we're clutching at straws. I mean, last season we were right at the bottom of the barrel, and there was very few positives. Every game. It was hard to give a player 6 out of 10, which is average. This time, you know, we're sort of, I mean, look, we're still in everything. We're still in everything we entered at the start of the season. We're still in. We're in the final of the Carabao Cup now. We're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the Europa League, and we're still in a title race. And we've got the top 4 sort of sewn up. I mean, there's not a lot to be negative about. Can I just say, Sneak have been our sponsor on this stream. Sneak Energy Drinks, Cherry Bomb. I've hardly drunk it. I'm going to get down a load in a minute because I've been nervous, but I haven't needed the energy. But sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks delivered to your door. You can get one of these and 9 different sachets to try as part of a starter pack. Scan the QR code and use the code SNEAKBRIDGE or go through the video description. I'm on the Cherry Bomb. They've got Purple Storm, which is a very familiar purple flavoured drink, which you'd like. Blue Raspberry, Electric Mango, Tropicilla. There's loads of stuff, so check it out. Links in the description. And I tell you what, Newcastle might be checking out because Bruno Fernandes is on the break and just didn't make it to Rashford. It could have been 3. Newcastle defender got a block on it, which just about kept it from going to Rashford for a tap-in for 3. But big shout out to Sneak. Use the code SNEAKBRIDGE, delivered to your door, sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks. If you're into that, give them a try. They do fizzy drinks as well, which are really nice. The fizzy blue raspberries, lovely. Look. Butter Pants, thank you very much. Cross comes in. I just want Garnacho and Sancho to come on and score, says Beagle. Your thoughts on Beth saying De Gea is not the goalkeeper we should have? It's the innocence of youth. Experience, you see. She doesn't remember what happened when we replaced Schmeichel because she wasn't born. It's not easy, bruv. It's not easy to replace a goalkeeper like that. These youngsters think you just go and get Sanchez or Raya from Brentford or Brighton and they just start playing well in goal. Being a Man United goalkeeper, it ain't easy, no matter how good you are. There's a Newcastle player looking for a penalty for tackling Bruno. I tell you what, Bruno's played... Here we go. Rashford. Oh, he just didn't get the pass right. And Anthony was the pass. We do ignore Anthony a lot, you know. He's always open. No, that's Bruno who should have passed that to Anthony. Anyway, 10 minutes to go. You see, we've got rid of 3 5-minute segments. Hi, Mark. Love the show, as always. Do you think Wan-Bissaka can break into the England squad, says Farhan? Southgate's a bit of a wally. He has his favourites. There's no way that's a bloody penalty. Never in a million years. Newcastle, they've needed that now, Newcastle. They've been looking for that all game. In my opinion, Maguire is player. Man United is... he should play CDM, says Adam. Okay. I started supporting Man United when I first saw David De Gea saving Mattis' free kick from YouTube when he was a Chelsea player, and still today, still support Man United, says Yash. And Robert says, Sabitzer doing a great job of quick, safe passes in the midfield, says Robert. Yes. And Rashford was the right pass, to be fair. Bruno just got it wrong, says Butterpants. Sancho's coming on. Anthony's coming off. Right, I'm desperate for a wee. Let me take it. Let me take it. I'll take this one. I'll be back in a minute. Still 2-0. Still 2-0. I can't speak. I can't speak. Still 2-0. I can't speak. I have washed my hands. They're still a bit wet. Oh, Anton Deck. They're there. Woohoo. Anton Deck. I just seen him. Just seen him on the chat. There he is. Anton Deck. Anton Deck FC. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I'm a Newcastle team in the final. We've just bottled it. Anton Deck FC. Woohoo. That's the highlights. That's the highlights. 7 minutes to go. We've seen Shearer. We've seen Anton Deck. We just need to see Cheryl Cole now, and we've got the complete set. Oh, it's a long trip back. At least you got the Texaco Cup. Look, fair play to Newcastle. They've given it everything, but this is Manchester United. We're Manchester United, and we've got people like Casemiro and Varane and David De Gea and Marcus Rashford and Martinez. You know, we ain't playing here. Drove says, can you please read my super chat? Mate, I can't go back and find that now. I'm sorry. Come on, boys, let's bring this trophy. Says this is it for Shallon. Hi, Mark. Love the content. Thank you very much. And the top you've got on, sister. I've had this for a while. Danny did send that one ages ago. So happy we're now back to winning ways. Well, Danny saw the future, because I tell you what, we're very close. Although they've got 5 minutes left and the corner comes in, David De Gea punches it away from right underneath his bar. And it's a good punch as well. Andrew's saying Agadoo. The party started at Andrew's. Good block again from Joel Linton. What a ball by Bruno, that is. 2v2. Rashford, go on your toes. Look at the back post for Sancho. Oh, he tried it. Didn't work. Oh, snooze, you lose. Sancho, into Rashford. Take your touch. Come on, have a look. Back post for Sancho. Lays it off. And to Wan-Bissaka. Sancho, hit it, Aaron. Oh, straight at the keeper. That would have finished it off. It's opening up now. Newcastle have got to go for it, and the break is on. If I was Rashford, I'd just walk back, because there's going to be another break in a minute. Wan-Bissaka. What a half. What a half by Wan-Bissaka as well. Magnificent. He'd almost take man of the match if he'd played the full game. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Just completely shut down. What's he going to book Casemiro now? This ref's been shit as well. I mean, why that's a yellow, I do not know. Spider-1 has been excellent, says Harry. It's my birthday, Mark. I love this club. Best birthday present ever, says Map. Right, we've got to defend this free kick out here. I'm just going to whap the link in the video descriptions for player ratings. It's not that important, because if we win, we won't be going straight to it anyway. McTominay wins the first header, second header, and then Rashford clears it away. What a game. Oh, De Gea there. He was looking. He was beat. I think it might have deflected or something, you know. Let's have a look. He's hit it from a long way out. What happens? Oh, it's just got a swerve on it. It was a good hit. That's why David De Gea just looks at it longingly, hoping it, wishing it would go wide, and it did. Maguire's coming on for 3 minutes. I told you, for Rashford. Goldbridge called it. I said this 20 minutes ago. I said Rashford's coming off for Maguire, the last sub. I told you, get Maguire on the pitch so that he can lift the trophy. That's what it's all about. Nice touch by the manager to get the club captain on. (2-0) as well. If you went 2-0 like me, a lot of people did. Carabao Cup winners. We've not sung that for 6 years. Rubbish song. Could have done better. 2 minutes. Do you keep the receipts from the friends that you buy? And ain't it bittersweet? You're only just getting by. But I hope you know that it's touch and go. I still don't want to start saying it's over. There's still, look, there's probably still going to be 5 minutes. If they can get one goal, I just want us to get the clean sheet now. Really want to see that clean sheet. You know, De Gea's played so well. You want to see that defense. Casemiro, Varane, Martinez. You want to see that defense getting the get the words out, Goldbridge. I want to see that defence getting the clean sheet they deserve. Player ratings links in the video description, by the way. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. We're about to approach stoppage time. I mean, we're stacked at the back now. We've got Maguire in there. We've got McTominay in there. Martinez having a bit of a go at Callum Wilson. Just leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Thanks for the super chat from Mike. Harry didn't take the armband, thank goodness, says Mike B. And Angry Brits just gifted 10 memberships. Legend, thank you very much. Maguire didn't put the armband on though. Interesting, says Kevin. I ain't got a problem. I ain't got a problem with it. Callum Wilson's come off. Five minutes. I feel like now is where I'm going to kick in and say, if you are going to underestimate what this is, don't. These things do not happen very often. You know, we've not won a trophy for 6 years. This doesn't happen very often. Tomorrow it will feel great, but right now it's about to happen. Savour it. It could be another 6 years. It might be another 6 weeks. We might win the league. We might win the Europa League. We might win the FA Cup. But we haven't won a trophy for 6 years. Enjoy these next few minutes. The tension's still there. Newcastle could still pull off a miracle, but you've got to enjoy this. You've got to enjoy it now. Cross comes in. De Gea, what a save! Again, it was going in the top corner. Newcastle are great defensively. Superb, says Kevin. I mean, De Gea for me is almost man of the match. Seeing Maguire point and try to organise Varane and Martinez seems so cringy. Did he save it or did it hit the bar? No, he saved it. Imagine coming into this club after our worst ever Premier League season, says Gareth, under this ownership and winning the first trophy possible. It's amazing. Ten Hag is such a title winner, says Danny. I mean, part of me thinks De Gea's man of the match. I mean, he's certainly got to... He's going to break the clean sheet record as well, isn't he? That's a nice touch by Newcastle, waving their flags as well. They've had a good day out. And the thing about Newcastle is they're probably going to be back. They're owned. They're owned by Saudi. Here we go. It could be 3. Back post for Sancho. Bruno's going to go himself. No, he's not. Oh, what a save by Karius. It could have been 3. And Karius has actually ended up making a great save. I mean, Bruno could have played Sancho in here. It was on. It was a great tackle by McTominay. And it was on. And if he passes it now, Sancho has got the pass. He still can pass it to Sancho. He could pass it to McTominay. Greedy by Bruno, but it won't matter. Do you think Man United are going to win the league, says Jacob? Probably not. We've got to go to Anfield next week and win. But I wouldn't put it past us at the moment. I really, really wouldn't put it past us at the moment. But it's over for Newcastle. There's only a minute left and we're 2-0 up. So now is the time, I can say with total conviction, enjoy this next 90 seconds of Manchester United winning a trophy for the first time in 6 years. It's coming home. It might only be the Carabao Cup. And you know what? I actually don't think the Carabao Cup is the level we should be looking at. We should be looking at Champions League. We should be looking at the Premier League. But we haven't won a trophy for 6 years. And if it's good enough for Pep every year, and it's good enough for Liverpool last year, it's bloody good enough for us when we've not even won anything for 6 years. And this is the first trophy available. There are still other options this year. But the bottom line is, if you'd said to me, we're going to win a trophy in our first season under Ten Hag, I'd have said, thank you. That's I will take that every step of the way. So it's a remarkable achievement. From where we were a year ago, there ain't going to be no United fan turning their nose up at this. This is a big, big moment. You can see Delo hugging Rashford. You can see all those fans. You can see all those players. We're 22nd. The goosebumps are growing. This is a big moment for Manchester United. And I believe if we can remove the Glazers from this club, it will be the first of many. So hopefully we're going to get used to it, because it'd be absolutely up. Come on. There's no need for that in a bloody cup final. There's no need for that. Send him off. Send him off. He's just absolutely cowardly gone into the back of Martinez when he's not even looking. Absolute coward. Shaw. Book him. Send him off. It's a disgrace. Send him off. And Martinez has the higher ground because he's just completely ignoring him. No, he should get a red. He should get a red, Shaw. I tell you what, I don't even care. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand, because the face ain't listening. But how Martinez gets booked for that, and the other guy comes and shoves him in the back. Absolute disgrace. But it won't matter. Martinez is just flaunting around. 2-0. Manchester United are about to win this. The referee blows the whistle, and Manchester United are Carabao Cup winners. There he is, the genius, Erik ten Hag. He's got a big smile on his face, and Manchester United are winners. We've won a trophy for the first time in 6 years, at the first time of asking. Breathe it in, enjoy it, because these things don't happen a lot. The players are doing a little bit of a dance, the crowd are singing, Ten Hag's got a big smile on his face, and I hope you have as well, because there's a lot more football to be played, and you can rest assured Ten Hag's not going to let them go on the piss tonight, because there's a lot more to do. But breathe it in, enjoy it, and watch what's about to happen, because we're going to see Manchester United players walking up the steps to lift the trophy, and it's been too long. It's been too long. But in a way, that's a contradiction, because we sit here and we go, it's been too long, it's been too long, it's been too long. But it's not Ten Hag's fault. It's not Casemiro's fault. They've only been here 6 months, and they've won the first trophy they can. But for us who've been here before, under Mourinho and Solskjaer, it went on for too long. 6 years without a trophy. It's over. Manchester United 2023 Carabao Cup winners. Bring it on. Breathe it in. And I tell you what, I just want to say, you've got to give a moment to the opposition. Newcastle, their trajectory is weird. We don't know what's going to happen. They are the richest club in the world. They did give it a go. But United's gamesmanship, United's big game mentality, big game players have won us the game. And Casemiro, none more than any other player. Absolutely brilliant performance. I thought De Gea, Varane, Martinez, again, those 4 players, you know, the spine of the defence really, impregnable. David De Gea breaking the Peter Schmeichel clean sheet record in a cup final where we haven't won a trophy for 6 years. It's romance, it's fairy tale, it's fantastic. There's so much to talk about, so much to take in. And look, you know what? I have to say this because we've got quite a lot of people watching and I want it to be out there. Avram Glazer's at that game. The Glazers still owners. If you want this to be the start of something special, they need to get out of our club, because if they're looking at this going, this is the start of something, let's get another investment in, let's take a look, another bit of debt on, let's bleed the club dry for another 17 years. We're at the start of something very special, and it cannot be deterred or extinguished by those owners. And look, Varane there's loving it. He's won it all with Real Madrid, and he's loving this. The Carabao Cup for Manchester United, the joy on the face of Marcus Rashford and Rafael Varane and Casemiro. Some of these people have never really won anything before, or not won it for a long time. Some of these people have won the biggest prizes, the World Cups, the Champions Leagues, league titles. But this is the first time they've won together. And we've been on about this for so long. We've been on about it for so long, haven't we, as a community? It doesn't matter if you've won for Real Madrid or Ajax or Argentina or France. It really doesn't matter. Because it's about this selection of players winning together and knowing that the next game, they look in the dressing room and they go, we've got winners' medals. Look at Weghorst taking it in. We've got winners' medals. We've won things. We've won a tournament. Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, they were all in this tournament. One team standing, Manchester United. Pep takes this tournament seriously. Klopp won it last year. He'd love it this year. Everybody needs a trophy. Chelsea need a trophy. Arsenal need a trophy. Everybody entered this tournament. There's only one team left. It's Manchester United. And I don't care if people are going, it's only the Carabao Cup, because we haven't won anything for 6 years. I don't care what people think. I don't care if people are going, oh, look at Man United, look at Man United. What trophy are you winning this season? Like, we are in such a bad situation a year ago. Such a horrible situation. If you'd have given me this at the end of last season, I said, you're having a bloody laugh. You're having a bloody laugh. And it's so important for a club like Manchester United to reset these bad records. 6 years without a trophy. We haven't done that since the 70s. It's a reset. We've won a trophy. 2023. No more talk of not winning a trophy now. So, I mean, look, who knows what the rest of the season's going to offer? I don't know. I do care. I don't know. This time next week, you win at Anfield and you start thinking, bloody hell, we're right up the backside of Arsenal and Man City. But for now, just soak it in and enjoy these next few minutes. Because I tell you, I always say this. You don't know when the next one's coming around. You start thinking you're at the start of... it's an old story. We've just won the treble. I'd been down the pub. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm on a beach. There's a couple of us there, a bottle of whiskey and a cigar. And you're like, I don't want to go to bed because tomorrow this will feel a little bit less than it feels now. And one of the lads said, we'll do it again next year. We didn't win the Champions League for 9 years. And we haven't won it again for 15 years after that. There is no complacency when it comes to winning trophies. You've got to savour it. You've got to enjoy it because you just don't know. And I hope we'll win another one this season. Maybe another 2 if we're lucky. But we might not win one. And then next year, if the Glazers are still in charge and Man City are still here and Newcastle get better and Liverpool get better and Chelsea get better, who's to say we won't win a trophy? I think there is always this assumption that, we'll win another one and another one. But you don't know. If the Glazers stay, we know what it can be like. If other clubs get owners like Man City and we get stuck with the Glazers, maybe we won't win again. Maybe Ten Hag will get frustrated and go to Barcelona. You just don't know. So you've got to enjoy these moments. Varane and Casemiro have had an immense impact on the team, says Butterpants. You can see why they won so many Champions Leagues. Dubravka with a winner's medal, a little something for the Newcastle runners-up, says Gaze. Woohoo, says Mandude. Eric Ten Hag masterclass. What a gaffer we've got. Congratulations to the boys as well, says Graham. Well, it's great to see so many people excited and happy in the chat. Look, I don't feel bad for Newcastle because they wouldn't have felt bad for us if we'd lost, but they're at the start of a journey. I mean, look, they've only been under those new owners for a year. They're fighting for top 4 and they've just been to a cup final. For Newcastle, that is that not a win in itself? And you certainly think they'll be back again. Ten Hag and Martinez and Anthony having a bit of a dance. Love that. The Ajax boys. Why was this not good enough for Mourinho, but it's amazing for Ten Hag, says Nocto. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not getting into any negative things. Casemiro and Ten Hag. He completely loves him, doesn't he? But you know what? I don't think there's any point talking about the game itself because I think ultimately finals are there to be won and it doesn't matter how you do it. I remember when we won in 99, Bayern Munich could have put us to the sword at 1-0. They hit the bar. They could have finished us off. And we sucker punched them twice in stoppage time, and we won the Carabao. We won the treble, and no one ever talks about anything else other than that. So, in the grand scheme of things, we're playing a game every 3.5 days. I don't know how we've done it. I don't know how you play Nottingham Forest on the 27th of December, and then you hit the 26th of February, and you played a game every 3.5 days. I don't know how, and we're still in everything. I don't know how you do it, and then we have done it. We've just played 2 momentous games against Barcelona. The Nou Camp game, I loved it. The Old Trafford game, I loved it. I don't know how we did it. Thursday night, we picked the same team virtually, and we go up against Newcastle, who've had 8 days off, who were full of energy, and Newcastle went for it. They did, and we still win it. You know why we won that game? I think Newcastle were more energetic. I think they probably played with more intensity. But we didn't deserve to concede a goal because we defended by like rocks. De Gea, Varane, Martinez, Wan-Bissaka was brilliant in the second half. Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Fred. And then when we got the chances, we took them. And Newcastle did play well. They did. But don't ever talk to me that they deserved to win, because they didn't. The start of something special, Mark, if we get rid of the Glazers, Tony. That's the big thing. This is exactly what we needed to bring the team together. These special events will breed more success. So proud of the boys, says SK. It's that winning mentality, SK. That's what it is. It's the winning mentality that you've got to have. We are going to do a match reaction and we are going to do a player ratings, but obviously we're going to stay live on the watch along for the trophy lift. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. It's been a long journey on the United stand from 0 to 1.6 million and, you know, having a regular 60,000 people tuning in. It's been a long journey, and there's not been enough trophies won, so enjoy it. I mean, what have we, in the time we've been doing this, we've had an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, a Europa League, and then another Carabao Cup. 4 trophies. We need more of it, so get involved. And just while we're waiting for Newcastle to take their trophies, big shout out to our sponsor Sneak on the stream today. Sneak Energy Drinks. I've needed it today. Sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks. Please use the code SNEAKBRIDGE, delivered to your door. Links in the description. Scan the QR code. Get one of these and 9 different sachets to try. You'll really enjoy them. Big shout-out to Sneak. Newcastle coming up to get their losers' medals. Some people call them runners-up medals. I have always called them losers' medals because I think if you haven't got that mentality, you'll never be a winner. Second place is not runner-up. Second place is the first place loser. Sir Alex taught us that. But that Newcastle team, who knows where that's going to go? Like, who knows where that's going to go for them? They have a future. And if we want to, I tell you what, I'll say you this right now. They might be losers today. If we keep the Glazers, I'll give it 5 years and we'll be losing to them because their trajectory is going to go up the way that club is being run. But look, we're here to enjoy this moment. What a team and manager to be here from where we were last year. It's incredible, says Will. It really is. I remember how I felt last year. The club I supported for 30 years was in limbo. What a difference a year makes. And Ten Hag is a genius, says Jonas. Who's the woman kissing everyone? She's the woman who, I forget what her name is, but she's the person who basically helped them buy the club. Right, we're going up here. This is I think this is going to be the interesting bit, really. Who's going to lift the trophy? Well, Maguire and Bruno are going up together, and I really have got nothing other than a big smile on my face and my soul, because if it's Maguire and Bruno lifting the trophy, I said this yesterday, and I sort of predicted and hoped I'd feel like this. I don't want to see any negativity towards Harry Maguire. And you know, people clip us up all the time. I don't want to see any negativity towards Harry Maguire. Yeah, he's had absolutely hardly anything to do with the success this season. But he's club captain, and Bruno's going to go up with him, and they're going to lift the trophy together. And I haven't got a problem with that. I haven't got a problem with that at all. Because Ten Hag hasn't got a problem with it. The players haven't got a problem with it. And most of our fan base hasn't got a problem with it. This is about a team, and this is about Manchester United lifting trophies. And as long as Avram Glazer's not going to bloody lift it, and I will watch and see who's going to come down on the pitch, because I don't want to see him on there. You know, he will get sang at in a bad way if he does. But Harry Maguire lifting the trophy, look, he's hardly played this season, but he's club captain. It's like Aspilicueta at Chelsea. Name me club captains that don't hardly play, but they're still club captains. Arteta's done well, but if Ten Hag is not manager of the season, then there's no justice, says Stephen. I mean, look, let's see about that. Are the Glazers going to kiss the Man United players, or are they not even there, says Lee? Avram Glazer is there, and I think it's, you know, each to your own on that, if you let it ruin it. But end player FC, we are 1 goals, says SK, and this for me is the thing. I might not buy kits anymore, and I might, you know, feel a bit too old for stuff like that. But one thing I'll never get too old about is players going up the steps and picking up a trophy. I mean, that is... I used to play Subbuteo as a kid, and I'd get my Lego out and build the stairs so that they could go up and get their trophy. I love it. I love this. Doesn't matter who lifts it as long as the club does. That's all that matters, says Butterpants. Anyway, but not, you know, everybody's Wikipedia page is about to get winners on it, and not many of them have got that. So here comes Bruno, and I think, well, I don't know where Maguire is, but I hope Harry is going to come out. I presume I might be last, I suppose. But, oh no, he is there. He is there. He's there. He's there with Bruno. And I'm happy with this. I'm happy for this to happen. And I'm sure Maguire deep down is like, you know, I bet he wishes he'd played more. And he probably feels a little, well, I don't know him personally. He might feel a little bit awkward about it. But as club captain, that's what you're there for. I'm sure in the dressing room he's still very influential. And I'm very, I've got, as I say, I've got no issue with this at all. Absolutely none at all. And all I'm interested in is this moment. Oh, come on, lift it. I'm going to run out of breath. Come on. Oh, come on. 2 hands. There we go. Up it goes. Manchester United. First trophy in 6 years. I feel like I'm holding it up. I feel like it's there. It's not. Carabao Cup winners. You'll never sing that. Well, you might do, but you know what? It's a fact. I just love that. I've been watching this on FIFA for too long. In COVID, I was getting my fix doing FIFA career modes of us lifting up Premier League titles, thinking that's it. Most of my life, I've seen Man United lifting trophies, and now I get my joy from them doing it on FIFA. To see it in real life, I'm just going to savour this because it's been too long, and there's just something about your players lifting a trophy. I mean, I just love that. That is my heaven in football. I love that. I love these pictures. I love this footage. I just love this club. But I love it when our fans can see this. It's a trophy. It's a trophy. And you know what? If you're a loser, Newcastle, they'll be going back on the bus tonight, and the only cup they're going to touch is those leftover ones from Mike Ashley, those big Sports Direct cup of teas. We're going to go back with a piece of silverware, and it almost feels surreal. We have won a cup. We have won a cup, and we deserve to have won a cup. You know, you think about this season, and I think you get lost in how many games we've played. Like, I almost, when I went live this afternoon with all you good people, I was like, right, it's cup final day. You're almost planted into it because we've just had Barcelona. You know, we've just had a league game against Leicester. Newcastle have had a whole week to build up for this, and in a way, I'm quite envious of that because it's great when you've got. I remember the Champions League finals. You've got a week to think about it. We just go from job to job to job. You know, we've got an FA Cup game on Wednesday. We've got Liverpool next week at Anfield. You go game to game to game. And, you know, in some ways that's great because you just parachute yourself in, you get into the game mode and you play the game. But at some point you've got to try and savour the moment. And that's what this is. You've got to savour this moment because it's absolutely fantastic. And, you know, it's remarkable what he's achieved. Don't touch Southgate. Don't touch Southgate. Oh, God, no. Ten Hag, no, he's still touching him. Don't let him touch you. Oh, that's it. It's over. The season's just going to go rubbish now. He's let Southgate touch his arm. Oh, no. I'm joking. Can we say, for all his faults, Harry's not caused any problem this season, says George. Don't forget, Mark, I think Eric is the first manager to win the trophy in his first season, says Joseph. And it's been a rough 6 years, Mark. What a feeling, says Clayton. Mark, you and me know our history, but first time I'm not crying when we lift the trophy, says Sanjay. Well, I wouldn't expect you to be crying because we've won the Carabao Cup. I mean, for me, it's more of it's a happy thing. Sir Alex is there. He's smiling, and there's Avram Glazer. Oh, God. No. I just look at them and don't get the feeling they're going to go, you know. I see him there smiling and I just get this horrible feeling they're not going to go. I hope I'm completely wrong about that. But, yeah, I do get that horrible feeling. Bruno's walking down onto the pitch now. Has anyone noticed that the players ignored Avram? I love that sort of attitude, says Tim. I didn't see it. Can you call my mate Jake a prat? Says Sam. And Han says, I love from Singapore. Winning the League Cup in 08-06 gave us confidence to win more trophies in 07, 08 and 09. I hope history repeats itself and we will win more from this point onwards. I think so much of it depends on what happens with the Glazers, mate. I think that really is the most important thing. What happens with them? But in the meantime, Ten Hag and the players are doing a great job. Where are the idiots who were trying to diss Martinez a World Cup and EFL Cup and maybe more loading? Get in, says Sachin. What happened? What a win, says Avram. Ten Hag's going to start speaking to the media now. Eric Glazer's shaking Eric Ten Hag's hand, says Azrael. Well, he's employed by them. We're not going to see anything different, but I'll tell you what though, these sort of things, you think about the last 6 years, the conversations we've had, this player's not good enough, this player's not good enough, this player needs to go. I think that people still think that. I look at those smiling players and there's probably 3 or 4 that I think go in the summer. But I don't think it's about get out of our club anymore, you're not fit to wear the shirt. There we go, the fireworks. I just think that there's a feel-good factor about that club now. And I think what's naturally going to happen is that players will leave because they're not good enough, but, it's not a bad feeling. We've had a lot of players leave this club. You look at Pogba, you look at Ronaldo, you look at Di Maria, countless players where it's sort of like it ends in a bad way. And I think that what Ten Hag is trying to do is he's trying to create a situation where we're all a team, and maybe in the summer you have a chat and go, yeah, you probably should go and get more game time, but thanks for your help, and everyone sort of moves on. I don't feel any. Maybe might not go to work tomorrow, says Darren. I can't wait to get on the beer. I can't wait. But yeah, I think that you have this. You're probably the same. You have this feeling towards the players now where I'm just sort of, I'm not that bothered about the past because the past can change. And, I think personally, I've never been abusive to players, and I know some people have, but I've certainly said I think they're shit, and I think that they're not good enough to wear the shirt, and I think at that time they were, and that criticism was valid. But the turnaround with some of those players, and also the way I feel to those players that don't get picked either. I mean, I don't have a problem with Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof or Scott McTominay anymore, because I think at the end of the day, we're winning games, and all right, they're not really playing that often, but if they come on for 5 or 10 minute cameos, they're not starting games. It's a good place, and I think for their own careers, they'll probably need to leave anyway. But what Ten Hag has created is fantastic, and you've got to give credit to the players as well. It's been fantastic. Look, finally a trophy. Kudos to Erik Ten Hag for winning a trophy already in his first season. His work has been commendable. Looking forward to many more, says Adradia. And John has just gifted a members club. We're not going to stop. I'm going over to the player ratings because we'll do that on the match reaction, because I like to have a little match reaction after the game. So we'll talk about the game. We'll talk about what's next. We'll do the player ratings. I can't wait to see your player ratings because I can't wait to see who's going to be man of the match. So give me 1 minute. I'll end this stream and I'll start the other one and we'll go straight into it. I'll see you in a minute.